All right, hard yarners.
What up?
What's going on?
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody, coming up.
Is it?
Nah, it's 7 days away. I don't know.
You're just trying to plug it. Why
know.
would you be bringing up Valentine's
Not
Day,
sure, man.
Delby?
DannyDelby.com, there are Valentine's Day cards available. Someone left a react actually on Fringe Feed and it said, buy his Valentine's cards. They're hell fucking funny.
Well, they are pretty funny.
But yeah, I don't know. Are we going to do another episode between now and Tuesday?
Probably. I don't know. I've been a bit all over the joint trying to organise a couple of things. But a couple of guests are fucking flimsy.
Yeah.
Honest, Delby. Which is why it's just us today.
Yeah. We've got
But it's good. I like it when it's just us.
Yep. And just us means it's presented by alltradescover.com.au. The main man, Mr. Elliot, coming in with the goods as our first ever proper official sponsor.
Yeah.
And if you would like to support those that support us, to quote Buddha and the Green Reapers, check out alltradescover.com.au. If you're a tradie or if you have a business and you need insurance, they will look after you for whatever you need. Hit them up. They have been very successful so far in helping people out that need it.
Yeah, and it's great to know that he's actually benefiting off us doing this for him. Like they're making more money than they're spending on us.
That's right.
So fuck yeah.
It's awesome.
Other sponsors, listen up.
It's gone from tax write-off to investment.
Yes, exactly. This episode's also brought to you by Vibe Culture. Vibe Culture.
Vibe boys. I had mine.
Did you?
Yeah. So Sunday, I that's the only reason I got drunk on Sunday was so I could try my Vibe Culture out.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant. I woke up.
Yeah.
I woke up at like 8:30. Went back to bed though, and then
I've got some.
had my Vibe Culture as I woke up.
I've got some in here right now.
Yep.
Been sipping on it through the pod.
Yep.
It's kept me alert.
Just need to chuck it in a protein shaker to break up those little granules, and it was
Mate, it's bloody good. It's full of a heap of amino acids.
Amino. That's the
heap of
Vietnamese.
amino acids.
That's the Vietnamese version.
It's
Amino acids.
It's full of amino acids. It's got some great vitamins. A little bit of caffeine.
Smells great and it tastes good. It's called Tropical Punch.
Yeah, Tropical Punch
So
does taste great, and
That's
it's
what you call it when you have a fight in Bali.
it's also it's got electrolytes in it, so that's why it's good for the hangover. It's good for that. So get involved with Vibe Culture. Head to their website. It's and their links are in the show notes and in our link in our bio.
Electra Heavy's the way that it helped me out.
Also, this episode is brought to you by Kahuna Golf.
Kahuna Golf.
I'm actually. Do you know what? I've been not playing specifically because I'm like, why am I playing golf when I should be doing this? But we just talked about it in the episode.
Let's have a game.
Yeah.
I haven't played for ages.
Yeah, let's go play.
I need to learn. Figure out how to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well.
I need to do the lesson.
Okay. I'll hook you up with old mate.
But Kahuna Golf.
Yeah,
if you want to look good, if you're not good, but you want to look good and feel good,
mate, it genuinely
halfway there.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
I actually like where people look when I walk on the golf course.
Ooh.
Because it is quite loud.
No, it's because you're Branchy from the hard yards.
Yeah, boy. But it's good, man. I like the black hats and the white hats both. They're sick. And the shirts are awesome. And then they got like
The material feels awesome. The shorts material.
Oh, yeah.
I like that for my spectrum.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, Kahuna Golf, they're awesome. So go to Kahuna Golf. Links are in the show notes again.
And massive shout out to Day One's Raunchy as well.
Oh, yeah. Also, Kahuna has a discount code. Hard Yarns 15. So
get on
type
board.
that in, you get a 15% discount.
And Raunchy, so shout out to Raunchy. Ian's just bought in partnership.
So Henry's in
Northbridge, the old convenience. So check it out. We'll be doing shows there this year, no doubt.
Fuck yeah. So today, it's just me and Delby.
Yeah.
Plenty covered. We did, what do we do? Fuck.
Well, we talked a little bit about the wall and Trump and Zelensky, which I got bored of pretty quick. So
because
skipped on.
Yeah.
But we spoke about, not manifesting, but just like where comedy's going with Teach Comedy Night or My Goals. Talked a bit about old school in the 90s when we didn't have phones and finding friends.
Tucker Carlson going to speak to Vladimir Putin. We just touched on because it hasn't happened yet. But
yeah, there was Valentine's Day.
We realised that we preach something sometimes and then we fall in our own traps.
Yeah. Getting stood up and left on red for a date. We learnt that Branchy likes to fuck puppets.
Delby hates the movie Saltburn.
Oh my God.
And
Salt, man.
fuck, man, for about a little 45-minute period there in the middle, got deep.
Yeah.
Got real deep.
Yeah.
On Delby's.
Psyche.
Yes, wow. Wasn't expecting that. It was a fucking good episode. Always is. I reckon we need to do more of these episodes, just me and you.
I think we are pretty cool.
For the listeners, Delby's got Wolfie sunglasses on.
Fuck yeah.
Anyway, good episode, man.
Let's get hard.
Welcome to Hard Yarns Podcast.
I am fucking fat.
Anything Chris White says, please disregard it.
5D is actually a state of being. It's a unity consciousness.
That was Hard Yarns with me, Frankie Rose. So I'm going to throw it over to your co-host,
Daniel Delby.
And Cameron Branch.
I would do this and then I'd gong.
Free in attendance for the millions listening at home. Let's get hard.
Okay, so where'd you send it on?
Messenger.
Messenger.
So scroll down and look at the image, and you can overlay this, and then press play.
Oh my God. What do you mean press play?
It's a video. She didn't even know that person was there or whatever it is.
No.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So that is so Branchy's watching. There was a chick doing a 100-mile race in Hawaii in the rainforest.
Yes.
And they think that they've caught a night marcher demon on film.
Oh my God. Oh.
That's freaky as fuck, eh?
Okay, but
So
does it... no. Yeah, okay.
that's freaky as.
It also does look like it's just a person coming out of the bush.
Look at the eyes. Zoom in on the eyes on the still. So
on the still.
yeah. Look, if you zoom in the eyes, they look dead, bro. Like completely dead.
Oh my Lord.
So she didn't notice it until they went back and looked at the video. She's running through the middle of Hawaiian rainforest, and the night marchers are supposedly, they travel at night to protect people, and it's so sacred that the common man was never allowed to look at them. Breaking that rule meant death. So they were called the ghosts of deceased Hawaiian warriors. So the night marchers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she's put it up. I'll show you if we want to get it on the screen.
Yeah. Put it near your face. Put it right near, close to your face. There you go. And then
So that is like fucking freaky.
Oh my God. Yeah. So she's right there.
Yeah. So.
Oh my Lord. Yeah. That's fucking.
It's so scary when you zoom in. Like they have like no eyes, bro. She looks dead, or he looks dead.
Yeah. We'll
It's fucking trippy as.
We'll put the picture on our story.
Yeah.
After today.
Yeah.
So. Maybe in the show notes or something. I wonder if we can put pictures in show notes. Anyway. That's creepy, man.
Fucking oath, bro.
That's fucked.
I wanted to get your reaction to that. So.
Is that what's she doing there? Running? Just like
she was just doing a 100-mile race, and then when they looked back through it, people were like, "Who's that?" And she was like,
100 mile.
Yeah.
Oh
she was like, "I don't remember seeing anybody."
Bro.
And then they reckon, "Oh no, you put it in there." She's like, "No, I'm fucking freaked out."
On that 100-mile thing, I've been watching some docos of late since we've had old mate on, Timmy Franklin, and all these docos that I signed up to the doco, some sort of doco part. Or what are you doing?
Doing the Wolfie. Fuck, they actually kind of suit.
Yeah, they're good, man. Whose sunnies are those?
I don't know. Might have to claim them.
Claim them. They are Wolfies.
Are they?
They are Wolfies. Yes.
That actually looks like first pair of sunnies I've like.
Yeah, I like them, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a pair.
Yeah, sick. Ask Wolfie what petrol station he gets from. So started watching all these. I signed up to Doco, whatever it is, on Amazon. You have to pay a little bit extra for all these docos, and
only rans.
It's like, only, that's good. And so they're all like, okay, this person ran a 100-mile marathon, which is 160 kilometers, which is fucked. It's pretty hectic. And the other one's like, they ran 420 kilometers. This other ultra and stuff like that, and it's on and on and on. And I'm like, Tim Franklin's run like way more. There's no doco on him. I actually want to hit him up and go, give me all your footage. When you're finished, let's do some documentary interviews.
Yeah.
Because this is what you're doing is so much harder than all of these huge docos.
Yeah.
Like you're running around the world. They're running a 100 mile run.
And only 8 people have done it. So it's like
Yeah.
super exclusive.
It's ridiculous.
Well, that might be your documentary that you've always
That's what
wanted.
I actually had that little epiphany last
Andy
night.
Cracker seems to have fallen through the crackers.
Yeah, he's still over in Melbourne. It's too hard
Yeah.
to communicate. But could still get through to that one. That one be still an awesome doco.
Does he come back over at all? Because
Yeah,
I'd love
yeah.
to have him on the pod.
Yeah, he does actually.
Yeah.
He does from time to time. He's doing some commentating and stuff. Triple
Yeah.
M, and he's on one of the. I don't think he's on the. What's the Indigenous footy show?
Marngrook.
He goes on that quite a lot, but it's not the Marngrook. There's another one. There's another show that he goes on quite a lot.
Okay.
Over there, but he's killing it. But yeah, that could be the doco
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
because
And
I'm
at
sure
least
he's
you
got
have
lots of.
expertise in it as well.
Well, he's got a lot of footage.
Yeah.
and it doesn't mean I can't fly over if I'm going to do it. It doesn't mean I
can
can't fly
feature.
over on in Brisbane when he arrives and get some
Be worth it.
I think it could work.
Yeah.
I think it's worth making anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got plenty of footage.
Oh, well, now that you've said it, you know, it triggers me if you don't do it.
Yeah. Well,
So,
these
yeah.
are the things that like
You either do it or you don't. Don't talk shit. It would be a good...
it would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be good.
I'll hit him up and see what he
So-
thinks about it. But again, like he said when I asked him, is he documenting it? He said, who's that for?
Yeah.
And he was like, it's for me. So maybe.
Yeah, but it's also interesting
I'm
'cause it
so
could inspire-
inspired. Yeah, I'm
could
so
inspire others.
Yeah, 100%. Because I'm inspired watching the 100-mile docos.
Yeah.
So it does. Yeah. Definitely. Okay.
Night marches.
Put that in the thing. I'll message him and see if he's interested
Yeah.
in putting something together because I think that would be very good. But yeah, I have been watching them. They're fucking awesome. But what else has been going on,
You
Daniel?
said remind you about graduation.
Oh,
Fucking-
well, so I got thinking about it because of graduation. So
it's our 20 year this year.
20 year,
Yeah.
which is crazy. So that's pretty crazy to begin with. So we need to get on to organising the reunion.
Yeah.
I reckon we should. We got a fair few of our high school mates listen as well.
Yeah.
That I didn't realise. But I started thinking about 20 years ago and like what the difference is now
Yep.
versus then.
Still single.
It's sad, man.
I fucking hope it's sad. I'm single.
I got really sad. Not for like us.
Yeah.
Oh, we were lucky.
Why?
We got a good generation. We got like,
you are sounding like a
I know.
fucking 60-year-old man already.
But don't you think?
Why?
So let's go to the most extreme, ridiculous shit level. Let's go video games.
Yeah.
Playing video games with your mates.
PlayStation 1?
You'd still go over to your mates and do it all together and give each other shit and play as a group.
Yep.
Now
You
you're
had to. So we had GoldenEye to start in year 6 and 7.
Yeah.
Or year 7, I think it was.
And it was more about actually just hanging with your mates
Yeah.
than it was.
Yeah, you'd have to go there. And then NBA.
Yeah.
What was it? NBA 99.
Yeah, all those sorts of games.
PS1.
Yeah. And then I'm using that as a ridiculous example. But we like...
I think we were lucky in the terms of like bullying just happened at school. And then come like year 9, 10, when phones and text messages, there was a little bit of like external stuff. But if you were bullied at school and the kids that got picked on, they had a bit of a respite when they left.
Yeah, well, even just a few years before us, probably the luckiest. We, not luckiest, the last of the generations that are just not completely fucked now.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
we had
the thing
full...
is, they're not
we had-
completely fucked. There's a lot of good kids and a lot of really positive stuff. It's just...
Yeah, but more so the real connection and the real interaction between people was there. And again, I understand I sound like some old cunt.
Yeah.
But I used to just rock up to Michael Proud's house hoping he'd be there.
Yeah.
On a BMX.
On a push bike.
And then if he wasn't there, you'd have to ride the 10Ks home.
Yeah, it fucking sucked, man.
But it was like you'd be bored.
Yeah.
You'd have moments of boredom.
Yeah.
Like I had to wait for my dad to finish watching what he wanted on TV to be able to watch what they wanted. And like at the time, you're like, this is bullshit. I want to watch The Simpsons or whatever.
Yeah.
But like it probably instilled patience, and I guess it contributed to instant gratification. But I just felt like it was better. And I'm not being that generation. I'm looking past it because I understand the benefits and I take advantage of the benefits that we have now with modern technology. But It was just so much. It was so much more fun.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think
What's the fun now?
Well, you can do whatever you want now.
Yeah, but doesn't that make things
Well,
less?
I'm a bit different. I didn't like fucking having to ride. You know, I'd be like, ride to Jeff's. Where are they? At Waz's. You go to Waz's. Where are they? At Paul's. You go to Paul's. Where are they? At Jeff's. It's like, they just don't want to see you.
But isn't that part of the? But isn't that part
all
of
your
the
bikes are out the front? You're like, I know you're in there. Be my friend.
Don't you think that was part of the fun?
No,
though?
I fucking used to hate it, man, because it was like, fucking 40-degree day. I'm like trying to find mates, and if you don't find them, you're fucking stuck on your own, man.
It's inconvenient.
Yeah,
but it still doesn't make it bad. Like,
well, it just meant I would go
like
home
I'd
and
hang
play
out
PlayStation.
You'd go home and but you'd be looking for things to do.
Yeah.
You didn't just sit there and go, because it's gotten to a
stuck
point
on your phone.
It's gotten to a point now where you just won't even go look for that.
Yeah,
and I noticed yesterday as well how it was a part of my life.
Yeah.
And like I looked over and me and my daughter were so disconnected. We weren't even watching TV together. I was watching TV and she was watching iPad, and it's probably a terrible example, but it was just like I was like, why are we not? I used to watch movies with my brothers or TV with my brothers at least. And again, I'm probably using terrible examples because it's watching technology and zoning out and not being connected. But it's still like that's how it would used to be. And so this morning I was like, right, Scotty, no iPad. I did everything that was required before she even woke up. And then like we cooked breakfast together. I let her help, which I try to do from time to time. But generally, like I'll be like, watch your iPad, I'll make you lunch and I'll make you breakfast just so I'm not distracted. But today we did it together. Then we went for a walk with the dog, which we normally do, but there was no like, can I hold your phone when we get to the coffee shop? We just played and talked shit. And then I did the school drop. And
but this is different though, because you're doing stuff with your daughter, which is different to doing stuff with your friends.
This is just an example. I mean, but of actually being present.
Yep.
And then because of the I guess being present, when we got to school, like it was just like I talked her through how we were going to do the drop off because she's not been great. It's first week, and it was easy. Yeah, she was like, "Yep, okay. Can you take me to the teacher now because I'm shy?" Yeah. So I took her to the teacher, and she said, "Okay, bye, Daddy. I'll see you when I pick you up." Whereas the last 5-6 days to me and Steph have been meltdowns. Please don't go. Please don't go. Yeah. And so just by having a little bit more interaction, a bit more interpersonal connection, I think it was.
She's got to spend quality time with you.
Yeah.
For the first hour and a half of the day, and then it doesn't feel like she's missing that when you leave.
And imagine that on a mass scale with all your friends. Like you never get there. It made me feel sad for. Now I look back sometimes on like some of the things I got to do when I was a kid, like making bike jumps and going and hurting myself.
They still do that. So we've got this image that now the kids they're just on their phone. They're not, man. Like they still go out, they ride bikes, they they go out and bash kids. Like you got the good old fashioned floggings. Like the Ellenbrook kids were on the news because they cruised around on their bikes in a pack of 100.
Yeah, but it's not en masse. Not en masse.
I don't know. I would say I think that your perception of the youth is a bit skewed. As a teacher, you see there's still loads of proper connection.
I'm not saying it's all of them.
There's still the only ones that I think that technology has really sort of.
What are they doing out of school though?
Benefited.
They're not hanging out of school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ish. Not like what we did. Like I don't know.
I disagree.
Because I'd literally go I'd walk down the park and just find 20 kids playing down the park.
Yeah.
They don't do that. When was the last time you seen any kids in a park?
Well, it depends where you go.
Yeah. Well,
so Ellenbrook fucking everywhere, bro.
Yeah, but then they're just not
crimes.
They're just not there though. Like they're little groups, and they get to maybe like, that age where they're 13.
Well, you know what would be interesting? Find out from our listeners. Flick us a message if you've got teenage kids. And what do they do? I think that they're probably like, if you want to play Call of Duty, you don't have to go to each other's houses, which is. Fair enough. But, I understand what you're saying. I think there's still a lot of connection, but there's that missed authenticity of not using your phone as a way to connect. Oh, look at this video. Yeah. Or watch this. Or, hey, I'll send you a message on Snapchat. There's heaps of that.
Yep. But I just think there was value in not being able to hang out with your friends sometimes and not being able to contact.
Yeah.
think that value's gone.
Well, you got to be friends with your brothers.
Well, yeah, but even if you don't have brothers or whatever, like sometimes you just had to be alone and be bored and had to deal with it.
Yeah.
Like you had to deal with it and be patient.
Yeah.
Which I don't.
Well, you find something to do, don't you?
Yeah.
You entertain yourself.
Yeah.
So now you've just got the
What did you do?
Oh, a lot of masturbation. Legit, like.
Yeah.
I'd go to. Well, I would literally, if I couldn't, I would go look for my mates. If my normal crew wasn't there, I'd go to a different person's house on the pushy. I remember, like in Lansdale, we would if someone new was in the park, you just ride up. Hey, where are you from?
Yeah.
Like, then I would go home and I would just play. It would be almost like what we do with our phone, but it would be I'd play PS1. I'd play NBA 99.
Yeah.
That's kind of
because we got the arse end of phones in high school. Hey.
Yep.
Got like
Nokia
Snake.
3310 came in about year 9.
Okay, because I reckon year 11 I got my first phone. I might have been a little bit later than some of you guys, but like we had Snake.
Yeah.
You know, Snake and
when was Nokia 3210 released?
I had the 3310.
Yeah. So but 3210 was before,
Yes.
the longer one?
Yeah.
Because that had Snake on as well.
Yeah.
1999 was the 3210.
Wow.
So year 7 for us, year 8. I didn't get one until my first phone was a Motorola. I'll never forget, man. Like, I had a job, so I went and bought like a $25 SIM card, which is
that's a lot.
That was like $100 SIM. Like now, like back then, $25.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah,
heaps.
And you'd go through it like that.
Oh my god, bro. I bought it and like I swear I made like 2 calls and sent 8 messages and my credit was gone.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? So I took it back. I was like, nah.
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
But do you even remember like you'd hear sounds differently?
Yeah, like just I remember getting my first iPhone and hearing the message gave me like endorphin, like bloop, bloop, bloop. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, someone's texted me.
On the thing. You'd be like fucking. So that was the start of it. But like when I say hear sounds, like you'd hear things around you. You'd pay attention to everything else that was going on.
Yeah.
So I even remember like the sound of a certain bird that would be outside my window every day.
What was her name?
I don't know why I have that sound in my head. It was like I think it's just a magpie from memory. But I remember that, and I wouldn't remember the last time I fucking listened to the sounds around me.
Oh, bro, I got these fucking birds out of the dumbest cunts out the front of my house.
But
they're spaz, man. They're like they don't know that it's night time.
Yeah.
I want like morning birds.
Yeah,
but from 10 p.m.
That's a magpie.
To 6. No, they're not magpies.
Oh, that beautiful sound.
No, not that.
Oh, yeah.
Not that one.
Yeah,
These ones are like little, like, full chatting.
Oh, really?
They're fucking nocturnal birds. But they're making morning sounds out my window. And it's like, these cunts, go to sleep, man. I think those birds have been dropped on their head when they were in the nest.
Do you think that sound's always there?
No.
Do you think that, and this is what I'm getting at before, like you hear sounds. During the day, you're running around, you're distracted and stuff. At night, you're quiet, you're not listening to your technology, you're not doing anything, and then you can hear the birds?
Nah. Because these are fucking dumb birds, man. They piss me off because, like, normally they're in the morning. And then every sort of few days, they decide to have a bender, a birder.
Yeah.
So fuck knows what's going on with them.
Yeah.
But now, like, that's onto sort of something we saw that's happened in the Apple virtual reality set.
Oh yeah.
It's come on. Like, that's the next progression. People are going to be saying, "Oh, we never had this VR stuff. All we had there was the text messages, and we could connect that way."
Yeah, I said that to
and
you.
we were present around, and we could see our surroundings.
Yeah.
Not now.
Yeah,
you don't know what's what.
I said that to you yesterday. Initially go, I'm never getting that, and then I've said that about a lot of things.
Yeah,
and then you end up going, I should have just been an early adopter.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
I think that wearing them in public, it just feels. It feels weird. Someone got pulled over driving a car wearing them, man. Like, fuck, mate, you idiot. But it feels like it would be something to make your home better, to make like technology or movies or whatever at home better. I feel like going out into public, you're just asking to be robbed.
Yeah.
You know, while you're paying attention to something out, bang, you're going to get fucking drilled. Or get your headset stolen off your fucking head.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a great addition to having a punt on the footy. Because you can have the screen, you can have the odds on the right, you can have the stats on the left. Like it will be,
I love how your head goes straight to punting.
Yeah, I wanted to write that in the chat, but I was like, that'll be better for your reaction on the pod. Because you'd have the game in the middle, you'd have your stats on the left, you'd have the fucking odds on the right, and you could just be like, fucking boom. I'd be making bulk bank. But
It's pretty interesting, hey?
I don't think it's a negative. I think like anything, if you use it to complement and make your life a little bit better and easier.
Because and I'm not trying to push against like where we are now because I love where we are. Like, and I don't like the lack of connection, but potentially that's just a way. If you are aware of it, then you can go right. I need to go. I'm going to set aside 2 or 3 hours. I'm going to put my phone away, all technology, and go. Like, I'm going to go have a coffee with Delby.
Yeah,
I'm going to go take my daughter to the park.
Yeah. We'll probably get to the point where you chuck them on.
Yeah,
and you have a coffee at your house, and I'm looking at you like, I don't have time to get there today. Let's do a VR coffee, and it would be almost indistinguishable.
Yeah, and you will get to and that's the Matrix.
Yeah, and the flip side of that is like for the pod, it would be great because you could have this empty chair. And it would be almost like there's a person there and they can sit in and it would be like we're talking on the pod and they'll, it'll be an interactive, immersive.
Do you think this, because this is like that first step towards like a real Matrix. That's like what it is. To a point in which it will, like you just said, will become indistinguishable.
Be the friendly version, the Matrix.
Do you think we're like, I seen, who was it? Who's the astrophysicist, fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, he's a flog, man. I'm off him, mate.
I agree. But I still think some of the things he says have validity.
I think he's his ego's too big and he
10,000%.
He thinks that he's right 1,000,000% of the time. And there's been times where he's clearly like off the mark.
Yeah.
And he has too much pride to admit that he's wrong.
Yeah, he's a cockhead. I actually agree with that in that regard. But he still has validity in some of the things he says. And the thing that he said that I was like, was when he gets asked, are we in a simulation? He always wishes he could answer no. But everything he knows and every bit of data that he's ever seen suggests that we are not more likely, most probably in a simulation right now.
Maybe the UFOs aren't UFOs. Maybe they're like bots that are just editing. They've come in to fix the what's it called when you lag and it has to build up.
Yeah.
When you keep going to the next bit.
The UFO stuff is pretty.
They could just be like bits of software that have come in to fucking sort us out.
Because what are the greys meant to be? AI. They're meant to be walking silicon bodies that house intelligence. Yeah,
they're probably just the next fucking Apple, the next release of Apple VR set. We've got Apple bodies.
Well,
Apple body genes. Manipulated
What's
genes.
the theory? If the theory is, well, maybe I can look it up, but from memory they're the future versions of humans without
I've said that without even
intelligence.
seeing that. You'd like, if evolution was real and we left Earth millions of years ago, however long ago, and you're out in space, all of your body, your muscles would atrophy and waste down. You wouldn't need to be tall because you've got no gravity. You would be in space. Your brain would be used more. So your eyes would need to be bigger because there's no light out there. So evolutionarily speaking, that's what you would probably evolve into. And, you wouldn't have any vitamin D, so your skin would go grey. Yeah. So they've left Earth and then come back.
Well, that's...
and if you had that technology...
That's similar to have you ever read or heard about the story of B? The creature that was taken, I think it was from Roswell?
No.
Or it was from a crash?
No.
It was B. We'll go into that in detail. But
I'm a B.
B was they called it, or it called itself B, which is
such a cuck.
So
instead of A, it's for an alpha.
No, BE. So because its language couldn't communicate what it was. Instead of it was trying to just say, I am not a thing. I am I be,
yeah.
I am sort of thing.
I think, therefore I am.
Sort of. Is that how? That's how it explained it. I'll get the literature, and it's this interview with an alien, and it's fucking. It's,
How though?
This is from yeah.
What are you feeling, mate?
Telepathy.
Yeah. See, this shit pisses me off.
Yeah.
Just fucking release it, man. Because if it was real, just fucking release it.
Well, what did Tucker Carlson say? It seems so. What he found now, just after a little bit of checking into it, he's scared. Like he's got stuff. He's found information that he won't even tell his wife.
Yeah.
That's
called a mistress.
That's crazy, hey?
Well, it could be more like demons and angels. That's what the theory is.
Yeah. What was it? The we're just housings for souls.
Yeah. But who knows, man? It's
Yeah.
just fucking frustrating. Like, why does some humans... I fucking hate how I'm looking lately, man. Why do some humans think that they're allowed to fucking keep information from other humans? Like... who says that I can't handle...
That's exactly the same as the COVID mandates. Who's to say what you can tell me what to do because you think it's going to benefit me?
Yeah. But there are... that said, there are so many dumb cunts, man.
There are,
So,
yeah. There are.
Yeah.
And so do you think that's what they're like, well, we have to keep this information quiet because people would chuck a fucking meltdown. It would break them.
Why is it always America as well? That's what pisses me off. Why are the aliens visiting America?
Oh, they don't just visit America. That's the one we read because we're in Western world.
Yeah, but shouldn't if aliens
South
were
America or Russia or China or Germany.
But if they were so like real and prominent, we would have everything translated from Russian to English, and we'd know about it.
We do.
Like what?
Well, there's so many for them Russian ones, or the German Bell. There's so many stories.
Yeah,
we just
right.
we'll do a full episode.
The Miami aliens, right?
Yeah.
Why is it always shit happening in America?
No, what about South America? It's not. You just see the stuff in America because that's what's broadcast to the world from the West, and that's I think there's something. I looked at the stat the other day. It was something like there's 100 credible UFO sightings a day around the world.
Yeah, that means
that get
investigated. That don't know what the fuck they're seeing.
Yeah, that get investigated, and I think it ends up being 90% of them, or 96% of them end up being like, it was a balloon, it was this, and there's 4%. But still, that's four unknown UFOs a day around the world that get reported. That's the ones that get reported.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, the UFO stuff. But speaking of Tucker Carlson, he's interviewing
Vladimir Putin.
And the media's not happy.
Why? Because we might actually find out that Putin's not as bad as they've made him out to be.
I think. Well, one, we're going to see. So you can't. And Tucker Carlson said this in his thing. I'm not telling you to. What was the wording he said? Not to believe everything he says or support his views. I want you to listen and then make your own sort of educated decision, which is what the point he made was that's what a free citizen gets to do. They get to hear both sides of the argument and make
America's
a decision.
not free anymore. the information is controlled. They think they have a democracy, but they don't.
Yeah, and you think like everyone would go, well, he's just going to tell lies and propagandize. Yeah. Fucking it's exactly what America does as well. So
100%.
it's not that. I think they're probably most worried about the fact that the official narrative will be destroyed, that Zelensky and Putin had already signed a treaty to end this early days, and Boris Johnson went over and squashed it. Quashed it, yeah, got rid of it. At the expense of how many Ukrainian lives? So they could have their own fucking strategic positioning around the world and add them to NATO.
Yeah.
I think that would be a big thing. As soon as he says, we signed an agreement, a treaty, and then it was quashed, everyone would be like, well, you fucking what? There could be peace this whole time?
Yeah.
That would be pretty...
It won't matter.
I know. That'd be pretty jarring, though, I think.
Yeah, but it won't matter. It will make no difference.
No.
Nothing will change. Americans will go, okay.
Yeah, but do you think it would change anyone's mind as to so even if you slowly wake up one person at a time, bit by bit, and they go, what the fuck? You were lying the whole time. We could have saved all these people.
But then you get America. we on fucking America.
Yeah, but those
Okay.
people are on that side.
There's millions and hundreds
They're on
of millions.
so anyone who's on the MAGA side, I hate how that's what they're putting
I was
Tucker.
thinking more Joe Biden's side because Joe Biden's the president that oversaw it all.
Yeah, so
the
Joe
Democrats-
Biden, the Democrats would be exactly as you're saying, but there's nowhere near as many, like by popular number, there's nowhere near as many Democrats as there is the Republicans or the states as well, and the red states. So I think you'd find most of America would be like, America, in what you're saying, but they'd be like, stop fucking fighting.
Yeah.
Just want peace.
Yeah.
Like,
What's the latest with the Texas border? How that border were fighting against Biden?
yeah. So there was I haven't kept up to date on it, but
we won't do conspiracy light.
But the basic premise was that the feds had controlled the border for the last
And they're
fucking
just letting
4
in
years.
all the people to vote.
Letting in, well, not to vote because there's
Well, the theory goes that
there's a
let in more
pathway to vote.
immigrants.
Yeah, it's not going to happen straight away. This would be like, that's a 10-year plan. You know, you got to create a pathway
First time
to
America's had a 10-year
citizenship.
plan.
Yeah, you got to create a pathway to citizenship and whatnot. But yeah, you're letting them in across the border, and they're not vetting them. It's interesting. You had to have your COVID jabs and fucking everything to get in, and at the same time they could just walk across the border and whatnot, which was.
But the
pretty interesting.
Texans were like, fuck this, we're going to send in our
So
own.
just recently they deployed the National Guard. Yeah,
Which means that
the state of Texas took over and said, nah,
against
and they put
America,
up
which
they put up
is-
barbed wire,
and they kicked out the feds. Was it the National Guard or the federal?
no, the National Guard kicked out the feds
Yeah.
and said, no, we're taking control of the border, fuck
so
off,
that's literally like a civil war beginning.
basically.
Yeah.
And then the feds. And then the Biden administration took them to the Supreme Court, and then they got that ruling overturned, and so the feds took back control of it wasn't like a battle or anything like that. They took back control of the border recently and took down all the barbed wire.
Why the fuck would you?
So they can let them all in.
That's fucking ridiculous.
And if I haven't
If
watched,
I was an American, I'd be fucking fuming, bro.
I haven't watched Weinstein's latest episode with Tucker Carlson, but I've heard very good because it's a lot on the immigration stuff, and it's not just child trafficking and sex trafficking and stuff that's happening across that border. They've got people who are like going from Yemen and then going down to down through South America and then traveling their way through, and they're actually walking over dead bodies, and like it's quite a dangerous thing. But they're only doing it because they know they can just walk straight in.
That's crazy. America's fucked. They're done.
Whereas if I wanted to move over there with a visa, I couldn't.
Yeah.
Like I have a better chance of going to America if I go to South America or Mexico and just try and walk across the border.
Yeah.
Like
It's ridiculous.
it's
Why would they take barbed wire down that's been put up, if that's true,
yeah.
that's been put up to stop people coming in the country? There is no logical explanation to that.
It's the same with the wall. Like so now they're continuing to build it.
Yeah.
The Biden administration, but they're not using
Trump's materials.
Trump's materials
Fucking, it's piss poor, man.
because
Anyone that revotes him, anyway, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
the dumb can't say
So stupid.
America. Can we just all agree that America is not the greatest country on the planet?
No. Until they let me in to do comedy, then you guys are cool.
Yeah. But I am very interested to see how this, because as Corey has said before on the podcast, to understand Putin's actions is not to condone them. And for someone to have an open dialogue with someone they potentially disagree with, the legacy media is painting him as a supporter of Putin and a propagandist. But I think we've got to be more open to having conversations with people that potentially we disagree with and seeing both sides of the story.
Yep.
Just like we had with Tash Peterson, just like we had with, we even had Garbage Human on. We don't agree with everything he said. We've had a bit of pushback from some people, but we didn't anything that we agreed with, we talked about on the podcast. That's all we spoke about, on what we spoke about. So it's good to have these conversations. We had a conversation with Heidi about body positivity, and we disagreed. I think it's good to have these open dialogues.
Yeah.
So
Vlad, if you're listening, Vlad.
Oh yeah. But why would people hate on Tucker Carlson for trying to? It will be the most listened to interview
Yeah.
in history.
It's just, it'd be interesting now. Tucker Carlson's done that. It would be interesting to see what sort of repercussions he's going to face in America.
As in like a Julian Assange, Edward Snowden.
Or in a fucking your Tesla's going to drive itself into a tree. So.
Yeah, but then you could say that, but then that's far too obvious. It's like, everyone knows, and then you can create a martyr out of that. Also, someone else will just step up.
No.
You don't think?
No way. If you're an investigative journalist and then you see what happens to the other investigative journalists.
But look at...
and someone with far less, like Tucker Carlson's lucky he's got recognition, fame, money.
Yeah.
So he can do all this.
What was his name? The journalist in the States, the American journalist in Ukraine that just got killed in prison.
No idea.
I think it's Azira Galera or something like that. I'll double check it. But anyway, he openly said, like, because his narrative of the Zelensky ruling over Ukraine was not positive, but no one else, prior to the war, no one else thought Zelensky's ruling over Ukraine was good. And so he just spoke openly about that during a war, and then he got arrested for dissent. And he said, if I go to prison, I'm going to die, and he did.
Yeah, pretty democratic. Yeah.
So
can't criticize your leaders, and that sounds like democracy to me, doesn't it? Go to jail, get murdered in jail.
Azira Galera, I think his name is. I'll double check that. But
moving on. Fucking, I was speaking to Mark Ellis, shout out, in Austria, trying to plan some kits and gigs.
Yeah.
So you said you wanted to speak about that on the pod?
Yeah. Well, I had people would know that we're obviously taking a chance with this. It's it's a bit of a financial risk at points. Well, like I'm going back to I'm sort of paycheck to paycheck, and I'm openly fine admitting that. That's fine. And you asked me yesterday, do I want to come to Austria for this gig and go potentially see some listeners or whatever, or meet listeners, Ellis and all that. And you said, but financially you're going to struggle, aren't you?
Yep.
And probably. Off the top of my head, you go, well, yeah, probably it's going to be a tough thing to do. But I realised yesterday also, you just work around whatever you're trying to do. Mm-hmm. So, yesterday I got stung with a $1,800 fee that I did not know was coming for this, for getting this cut out.
What was the fee for?
Fucking, cutting it out, operations and stuff like that. I already paid a fucking $900 bill at the hospital. Anyway. So that got stung, and then my initial reaction normally would be, fuck, I can't afford an extra $1,800 at the moment. What the fuck? That's not something I've allowed for. And then instead I just went, oh no, I can just delegate this money, that money, and I can move that one, and I sort of just somehow I've made it work. And I realised that money's always there. Not just money, but it's always there.
Well, for us, we're lucky.
Yeah.
Not for everyone.
Yeah. But it ends up being whatever I'm trying to do, I'll go do it, and then I'll work it out. If that makes sense. If I want to book this trip to Austria, I'll just book it and I'll work it out. If that means so I'm not holding this idea of holding strong beliefs loosely versus holding loose beliefs strongly. Have you heard about that before?
No, but it just means that something that you believe in, something that you think you really, really believe in, you kind of don't really, it doesn't really come into play.
Sort of. So for example, a strong belief is alcohol's terrible for you. Yeah. There's no benefits to alcohol.
Yeah, that's yours.
That's a strong belief. There's no denying that alcohol's terrible. There's no benefit to it. But
that's a lie.
No, there's no benefit to it. But
yes, there is.
Okay, what?
You socialise with friends. You make new friends.
That's not a benefit.
What are you talking about? 100% it is.
It's not a benefit.
You make stronger friendships. You meet new people that you wouldn't have met before.
Okay, but
they bring good things into your life.
Yeah, we agree to disagree. There's no benefit to having alcohol physically. None. But the point I'm making is that alcohol, that is a strong belief, but life gets in the way. Social interactions, stuff like that you want to do, that comes into play. So that strong belief is true. There's nothing denying that what I've just said is true, but life does get in the way. So you have to hold it loosely. Otherwise, there's no benefit to it. So by holding it loosely means I can then go, actually, Delby's struggling this week. He wants to go for a beer. Let's go for a beer. Do you know what I mean? Then there's a positive out of it. Whereas a loosely held belief, held strongly, Trump is bad. There's no science behind that.
Yeah.
But I'm holding it so strongly that someone can show me something in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
So that's why I like.
Go, he's racist, and they go, well, show us where he's been racist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my point is that if you hold these strong beliefs of like things that you want to do with life so firmly that you're not willing to go, life gets in the way. My mate is struggling. I'm tired. I want to go drink. I want to eat like shit. Whatever that fucking situation is, you're going to, I always say it, nothing in absolutes.
Except for vodka.
But that's what I mean. Like if you hold these things so strongly, but there's no flexibility, you're fucked.
100%. You're your own worst victim of that.
Exactly.
You do that all the time.
All the time.
So
it's one of those things where perfect example is like I've taken this leap, and I said it to you before. I've taken this leap, and it's now created all this time and free time, and like I can go for a sauna, and I can go for a run, and I can fucking go for a coffee with you, or play extra time with my daughter, and I'll be sitting there going, I don't have all this extra money to do what I want, and then at the same time, I'm not enjoying that free time to do it because I'm resenting the fact that I don't have the money. Instead of going, well, why you've put yourself in this position. If you just wanted money, just go fucking earn money, and then you don't have that time. Whereas now I'm like, oh fuck, why don't I just enjoy going to? What's the point of not enjoying the sauna, not enjoying going for a coffee, not enjoying going for a beer, not enjoying time with my daughter? What's the point of doing that if
that's right. Well, that's what you said you wanted.
Yeah,
that's what you got.
Exactly.
So
it's like, well, what the fuck? What did you ask for?
Yeah.
You asked for it.
Well, that's exactly like with me lately. I've been struggling a bit where I'll do work in the morning, and then in the afternoon I fucking have mad anxiety thinking like I'm wasting my day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, this is why I quit teaching.
Yeah.
Was to free the time up. And now I feel like I'm wasting my time. I'm like, I have to be present. And like yesterday morning, I got up, had a coffee, did some work.
Yeah.
Then I was like, well, fuck, I'm going to go for a jog. And as I was going for that jog, I was going to stop after 20 minutes. I was like, well, I've quit teaching so I can have longer time to do this stuff that's good for you and that I want to do. So I had a 45-minute run. And then instead of going back to work, I was like, no, I'll have a fucking dip. So I had a swim in the ocean. Then I came back. Then Shane called and he's like, what are you doing? I was like, well, I was about to leave. He goes, I need to do some work. So I'm like, all right, we'll come down and work together.
Yeah.
So now I'm at Isla Market Cafe as my office.
Yeah.
I'm looking out at the ocean.
Yeah.
Getting bits of stuff done with Mac Shane, like planning kits and gigs. So we're going to go do Who's Rhyme, but like go to Norway beforehand.
Yeah.
See his family.
Love that.
Go there. And I was like, this is why I did it.
Yes.
But if that was like just yesterday.
Yeah, it was. My realization was yesterday as well. Yeah,
because the last couple of weeks I've gone back to like fucking feeling shit. Like, oh, I need to do work. I need to do stuff. I need to do stuff.
Yes.
I need to do stuff. I'm like, no, fuck, man. The whole point was to reduce the amount of time you're having to do stuff.
Yeah.
So, but the way that my brain works is like, I need to be doing stuff to avoid loneliness. B, because if I do stuff now, it helps in the future. But yeah, it was a nice little realization. Like, well, no, it's cool to do nothing because this was your plan the whole time.
Yes.
So to get down to the 4-hour work week,
exactly.
Like, that's the fucking plan.
Yeah. What did you think you were asking for?
I went to the gym after. I was like, sick. I'll go and work out so I know I can do stuff for myself.
Yeah. Well, and that was the whole thing. Like, I asked for all this extra time to be able to do all that. And that, unfortunately, at the moment, not long term, but at the moment, means less money. And so by me sitting there, not sulking, but like going, I have to be careful.
Yeah.
Instead of at that moment going, hey, I'm at the beach.
Yeah.
Just enjoy that. That's the whole fucking thing you did it for.
Yeah.
Or just go back and
on
work.
the podcast like you said you were going to do.
Yeah, but I mean, I am. I actually, and that's the thing. So I already am. Like I'm working probably from, depending on whether I got Scotty, but let's say on school hours, I'm working 100% of the time, almost all on that. And then I'll chuck in a half an hour, like a lunch break, where I'll go for a sauna, and I'll sit there and not appreciate the fact that I'm going for a sauna. And that is so. That is what's the word?
You're going back to a 9 to 5.
It's what's the
back to
fucking
the Matrix?
Yeah. You've done it all for this. Why not enjoy it? So yeah, and then also like I've started looking at things like energy in, energy out. You know, we talk about that quite a lot, and attachment to outcome is it's great to have a goal and a vision and an intention, but the attachment to the outcome and the pathway is fucking dreadful.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
Because, you climb the mountain and then you got no more mountain to climb.
Which is that idea of a strongly held belief loosely. So, yes, this is where I want to go. That's what I want to do. But if you hold it loosely, it leaves you room for movement and adaptation. Fuck, something's come up. It's a roadblock.
I feel a bit scared about the Astor Theatre teacher night because if I sell that out, like what next, man? I'm like, I've hit the pinnacle. Will I be able to, even if I do it again?
I know what's next. The next would be Daniel Delby selling the Astor Theatre out.
Yeah, that's years away.
Yeah, potentially, but maybe that's the next one. Right, what do I do there? Do I start with 200 seaters? Do I start with 400 seaters? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's movies. Maybe it's fucking rapping. Maybe, I don't know what it is, but like you'll find it. But Daniel Delby selling out, I think Daniel Delby selling out Astor would be a huge thing.
Yeah,
that would be life goals.
I don't believe I can do that at the moment. So
not at the moment. Like you could do it.
I can't see it. Like I can't manifest that. I can see very clearly me doing Teacher Comedy Night sold out.
Yep.
I can't see. I have this self-limiting belief that I don't think people get around it, and it's like,
what do you think that is?
I've been a straight white male, and in the comedy scene saturated. I need more guys to come and watch my shows. Like 33 years single, murders, but to all the chicks.
Is the podcast a way there? If that got big enough?
No, because no one buys tickets to when we do stuff.
Yeah, but we don't have more than enough following for that. Like we don't have like a Kidgel million followers. You know what I mean? You get a million followers, that's different.
Yeah, I don't know. I just whatever's internally, I can't see that clearly. Whereas everything else, I can manifest quite clearly. I think it's almost like a belief that I don't deserve it, or I somehow.
Do you need to see the pathway there though?
Yeah, always, because that's how I get my things, man. That's how I see. So every morning I wake up, I manifest this sold out Astor Theatre. I can see it very clearly.
So you're structured, and this is the pathway I need to do to get there. Instead of like I see the end goal, how I get there doesn't matter.
I see the Astor being full.
Yep, that's
very clearly, very crisp, very clearly.
That's good.
I know that's happening.
Yep.
Right. But I see it not for Daniel Delby. I see it for Teacher Comedy Night.
So what? When
it comes to me personally,
yeah,
I don't have a very strong, clear vision of just me. Even though Teacher Comedy Night essentially is just me, I don't have a clear vision of Daniel Delby, XYZ.
Okay.
So I do have a clear vision of me on. Have you been paying attention though? Sitting on one of the little.
That's kind of cool. But the question is why? So do you not see the end, or do you not see the pathway?
I don't see
because
just knowing like all my clips fucking go, dude, fuck all online. There's no traction.
Yeah.
There's no nothing.
Yeah.
So either I'm not funny enough, the clips aren't or there's no market for it. So
it's also there's 10 million comedians doing the same thing. So unless
and my freestyle is like you can't. What I'm doing at the moment, or no matter who tries to film it, you can't capture what it's like being live.
Never.
So until we can figure out a way to edit, this is the magic of what I do.
Yeah, but why do you think that's your way there?
because that's what I do differently to everybody else.
Yeah, but
My improv and my riffs and the way my brain works with comedy and freestyle, I would 100% put I'm very, very confident in the fact that I would be in the top 1% of the world with freestyle rap punchlines. I have no doubt about the way my brain works.
I actually agree.
So I don't know how I can capture that. And I'm fucking pissed off, to be honest, that I've got 5 years of comedians versus rappers and some of the fucking most insane punchlines, and there's none of it on camera, man. There's like nothing. And I can't do that show during Fringe, so I can't actually go and get it because they're unorganized and didn't ask me when times were. So like that, there's so much gold there.
So I feel like just working through this, just hearing that for the first time, I feel like you're trying to figure out ways to get to where you want to go instead of having the end goal as the go. And it goes away from exactly what we were just talking about, like strong beliefs held loosely. So that's where you want to go. Who the fuck cares how you get there? But that's what you're working towards. So if it's Daniel Delby, not Teacher Comedy Night, Daniel Delby selling out Astor Theatre, that's the end goal. You don't have to see the pathway. Like, I know you like it. I know that's how your brain works. You like to go, what do I need to do? Give me a fucking set of instructions. I'll go do it. You're very good like that. You'll be like, just teach me and I'll do it. But I think you might need to not worry about that and just see the goal and just go. And it comes back to that letting go and letting the trust in the universe. And not seeing the pathway. Like, I can't see the pathway at the moment for this blowing up and being a huge source of income. I truly and 100% believe it will be. And I'd definitely fallen into it the last few weeks of like, what's the pathway? How can I structure up these sponsorship packages? How can I reach out to people? What can I do? Instead of just doing the right things. And then when you're in the best version of yourself, when you're in that best point where you're like running, when you're whatever you're doing, and then you like something pops into your head, then you're not trying. That's when it comes to you. That's when the ideas come to you and you go, now I'll execute and take action on that idea that's just come to my head. Instead of going, what can I do? Forcing it, you're just going to push it away.
Yeah, I don't know, but the way everything that's happened with me in the past is like we call it manifesting, whatever. It's I can see it and I can feel it and I can live it. I'm almost already there, and then it comes to fruition.
That's exactly what. But you're only visualizing the end goal. You're not visualizing the path. Everything you just said there to you being that one, and you just said, how can I get my clips to work well, and how can I? You're finding a pathway there instead of going, that's what my goal is. So maybe that's that one. Yeah. But with the teacher comedy, did you see a pathway to that, or did you just seen it and felt it?
Well, I after doing the first show, the very, very first ever one, when I saw how many people showed up and how it went, I was like, oh, yeah. And I just pictured that every single time.
There you go.
So
you didn't worry about how you were going to get there. You just knew it was going to get there. It's the same with you being a comedian.
So I don't have that intrinsic belief in myself.
Why? So, not why. Why not?
I don't know what it is. I just I feel like it just doesn't happen to people like me. I don't know. It doesn't. It feels like it.
Yeah, so that's an outside idea. That's not you.
It's like I'm at 37. I know I've got heaps far to go. I feel like I've hit my peak with like my physicality, my looks, everything. So now I've utilized that as best I can, and it's like I'm at that point where it feels like it's not something that's meant for me. So that imposter syndrome. So I'm not sure how to get past it, but all my Fringe shows, I'm smashing it, you know? So, and the reason I it's almost been like I don't know if it's a self-limiting belief or not, but doing the new show, Date Night Comedy, I fucking had the first few weeks, 14 ticket sales, 20 ticket sales. So Daniel Delby is not a seller.
No, the show names and
So, if I was to do Daniel Delby live,
so
how many tickets would you sell? Fuck all.
Again, you're straight away, I can see you're thinking how can I make Daniel Delby the selling point?
So the only thing that people know me for is weddings because it's my name, Daniel Delby Celebrant. So it's not Daniel Delby Comedy. So maybe I just do what all the comics do and put my name at the start. Daniel Delby, date night comedy. Daniel Delby, 33 years single. But that said, Mum just messaged me this morning.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm like, it's happening without me knowing. She goes, so Mum's in Geraldton. She goes, oh my God, I just heard some ladies talking about you, Daniel. I'm in a cafe on the foreshore in Geraldton having breakfast. Missed the start, but the lady said he does teach a comedy night. He's really hot. The girl behind the counter said, yeah, and he's a celebrant too, right? The other lady said, hard to be the groom with him standing there, famous in Gero. Felt like the mum of a Hollywood star just now. I wanted to shout out, that's my son, but I didn't, of course.
But see, yeah, that's a perfect example. Like people do know who you are for that in comedy scene. I really think I didn't know this was going to go down that path. I really think you're seeing the path. You're trying to see the pathway. I really think because you've always seen pathways. Yeah. But then you just said because you're very structured. You're like, give me a fucking thing to do and I'll do it. You've always been like that. But in hindsight, everything you do, the big things you do, manifest and achieve, you just go, that's what I want. And then you don't care how you get there. It just happens. And I think that's maybe that's the magic of it. Maybe that's just recognizing the opportunities. But I think if you're at the best, like in your best mindset and you're like, yeah, I'm just getting through. I'm just doing it. I'm just fucking floating around. When you're jogging along the coast, something will pop in your head and you'll be like, bang.
Yeah. Because I mean, it's like.
Forcing it never works.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I had something and I was going to lose it.
Sorry.
No, I've gone.
But doubts creep in a lot. I had like a real frustrating afternoon yesterday because I already knew what I was I don't think I've verbalized it as well as I wanted to today. But I knew I had this realization already of like, nah, you're fucking killing it, man. Like you're doing fine. You're going to Thailand in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Like if you were really struggling, you wouldn't be going to Thailand.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
Chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
So like, and I was sitting there frustrated.
Yeah.
And I was like talking to myself in my head, going, like, why isn't it happening? Why isn't it happening? And then I was telling myself, going, just fucking chill out. It is happening. You're just so impatient. Just fucking. You think like, and then by trying to force it, and right now you're worrying about the outcome. You're thinking about the outcome and not appreciating all this fucking amazing time you've got right now.
Yeah,
you've got no gratitude with the opportunities you've already been given. How fucking dare you, like throw that back in my face? Like how dare you not be gracious for the fact that you get to do that?
It's probably good timing again for this chat, because that's very true.
So
why isn't it happening? You got to get out of that victim mindset as
100%, yeah.
And we preach it on the pod, and then we find at times of weakness where we're feeling sorry for ourselves or like, why isn't it happening? And then when you do stop and reflect, like, fuck, bro, I've got 120 sales to tomorrow's shows for date night and for 33 years single. I'm like, fuck. You know, maybe it's all in my head, man. It's all this self-limiting belief of, like, it is. Yeah, we got to get out of that negative self-talk.
Yeah,
and appreciate where we're at now. If we compare the pod to 2 years ago, like just literally look around this studio.
Look at those numbers I sent you as well the other day. Like last year, the year before, when we had still a pretty good year.
Yeah,
like 280,000 views on our clips. Yeah, and then the next year, 23 million.
Yeah,
and that's just on 2 platforms.
Yeah,
that's not including TikTok.
Yeah.
Like that's
it's nuts.
But we're sitting there instead of going, "Fuck, how good's the growth? We're doing so well."
I think because everyone in every natural progression, comparison is the thief of joy. Who did we? That was Timmy Franklin. But it's almost like in every natural progression, you always think that you're better than you are, and you're never as bad as you think you are. Like you think. Sometimes you can think that you're better than you are. Sometimes you think that you could be better, or sometimes you think it's not as bad as you think you are.
Well,
so like you're living between that weird triangle of arrogance, doubt, and not enough. You know, it's like we've thought, fuck, man, like I'll think, why can't we just get Theo Von on? Or why can't we just go hey, you're in town, jump on the pod. We're like Perth's best with the Reapers. Like,
Yep.
why won't they reach out to us? And it's like, well, we haven't figured out a way to contact them. So you get pissed off, and then you go, oh, well, we've had all these fucking absolute legends on, like Timmy Franklin, who's running around the world.
It's crazy.
We got these amazing guests. We got great growth, and you just think like, why do you need these big superstars when we've already built an awesome fan base, a listener base? We've had some awesome conversations. We're pretty raw. We're helping people. So yeah, I get frustrated at how I speak lately. I'm trying to like formulate my words and my thoughts better. I can write great. Yeah. But when I try to...
It's, because you have a bit more time to think when you're writing, I think. But also, it is that attachment to the outcome that robs you from your...
That's right, yeah.
From the joy that you can have.
I love doing this, even though we're not... If we were to never get famous, I mean, it's different if you want to make... full-time living. Oh, well... This is almost therapy, coming in and having a chat each week or getting to know someone. Yeah. Like, it's awesome. So if you're attached to that outcome, to the end goal, of that's your joy, that's your happiness. What about that little box tick that you just had 2 weeks ago? What about talking to Tim Franklin 3 or 4 days ago? Yeah. Like, that's a thing to go, that was so fucking fun. Yeah. That was so sick. Yeah. Like, why isn't that your goal? It is. So if all of your happiness or joy is placed within achieving the outcome, then you're never going to be happy. And we preach that all the time, man. Yeah. And we're experiencing it both in different aspects right now. That's what I was thinking about. That's what I was going to say. That thought was, I don't like floating around doing nothing without a goal. So like, while it's awesome and lots of benefit can come from it, if you float for too long, you get lost. So like with my Daniel Delby stuff, like my teacher comedy night, I wrote my goals down. I need to go Adelaide, Sydney, and I did all that. I haven't written anything for me. Daniel Delby, this is what I want to do. So I am floating. So I'm going to have to do what we said on the first pod of the year, and I'm going to have to write down what actually I want to achieve. Yeah. You have to be specific, hey? Yeah. Because you become... I think perfection breeds procrastination. Yeah. Because if you're like... I don't release any of my freestyles because I think they're shit, bro. Yeah. Like, there's so many ones I've got. I'm like, fuck that. There's so many mistakes in it. I'm like, I'm not going to fucking put that out there.
It's paralysis through analysis. Yeah. You're like overthinking it. And I really do think perfection breeds procrastination because you're like, it needs to be perfect. It's not quite right. And then you just don't do it. Yeah. Mate, perfect example is I had to force myself yesterday to message John Elliott. Yeah. Saying, mate, can you look over this proposal? I want you to put your one eye over it, and just give some feedback and then let us know what you think. And I had that. I've sent you a heap of drafts of it. I keep changing it and keep trying to fucking make it perfect instead of I could have sent it a month ago. Yeah. And then got him to send it to his friends and fucking whatever. Yeah. Like why have I taken 2 months, 3 months to do it?
Why do we do that?
Because you want it to be perfect, and it ends up your procrastination creates.
Is it fear as well? Like, I mean, even asking, say, Stephen Bartlett on the Diary of a CEO guy. Yeah. I've had his publicity contact since I found it. Yeah. And why haven't you? I don't know. You're just almost nervous. Like when I messaged Joe Gatto to come on, he's here. He was here yesterday. Yeah. They actually got back to me and they were like, hey, we're going to look at trying to make it happen. I was like, oh, fuck. Like, why was I afraid to do that?
Why afraid to just ask?
And instead you go do a meaningless task like, I'll write my quiz questions instead.
Yeah. Now I reckon there's definitely areas for having a little bit of, not perfection, but like making sure you get things done right. I think there's like, and you're a big one for the captions, for example. Yeah. Like I'll look at it and go, a couple of words off here and there. Yeah. But you know what? If it's in a contract, can't have a couple of words off. Yeah. So there is room for some sort of perfection, I think. But it's just like when that perfection becomes paralyzing, then I think that's when you have to start to go, hey, sometimes I need to stop overthinking and just fucking do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, fuck. The things that I was doing in Bali, which we were going to talk about but haven't, I'm trying to maintain it here. So figure out what you're grateful for, manifest on that, like be there. I envision like being sat here and being grateful for this. I envision with times with my family.
But
I
also,
manifest what I want.
do
I need to add into that positive self-talk.
have you also thought about being grateful for the dark times?
Yeah, that's like my one of the things I live by. The bad stuff that happens.
Do you write that in your gratitude journal?
I don't have a gratitude
Or
journal.
gratitude, whatever. Do you write it down, or you just say it when you wake up? Or
Well, no, I say it in my head. I don't write anything down. Yeah.
Cool. So
But I'm always
I think that's just as good.
I haven't been grateful for that stuff. But that's just a given for me. Is that
Yeah.
whatever is negative, there will be a positive from it.
Yeah. So it's also from those dark times you grow.
Yeah.
And like it's funny because like people will go, "Oh, I'm becoming so enlightened," and they'll use that word enlightened. That word enlightened fucking annoys me.
Yeah.
Because people think like they're going down this path of goodness, but you don't become enlightened in the light. You become enlightened in the dark.
Yeah.
That's where you find the light. You're like, this is the darkest point. This has taught me something, and then I can become enlightened because of the lesson I've learned from that dark time.
Yeah.
And I think that's often overlooked. People often have gratitude for their good things and their blessings, but they don't have gratitude for their dark times and their lessons.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my dark times, I was on path to have my first date
Yeah.
in years.
And is that going?
I left on red.
Why?
Supposed to be last night.
Oh.
Fuck those, bro. You send one dick pic and all of a sudden.
Do you know what though? Do you take a lesson from it? Do you become bulletproof from it? Do you care? Do you overthink it?
Fuck. The natural reaction is just to go back to default mode, and my biggest fear is trying to ask someone on a date and go for a date. And I've done it. I put myself out. They were keen, and then you get left on red, and it's like it just reinforces that belief that I've held. So I got to be careful. Girls are fucked, bro. Like they fucking have no backbone. No backbone. Like,
do you think?
Don't say you're going to do, and that's my trigger as well. Don't say you're going to do something if you're not going to do it.
So people avoid conflict. So I do think sometimes that their own empathy for people sometimes actually creates a bigger issue.
Most frustrating thing is I was like, hey, do you want to go grab some dinner at this place? The response was, I would absolutely love to. Like, I know you're busy, but what not can you do this night? And then just left on red. I'm like, what the fuck? It doesn't phase. Like, I don't give a fuck. It's just that one of my goals last year was to sort of date more. And like the first time I put myself out. And then the flip side of that, someone's emailed me going, I came to your show. Do you want to go for a meal? And I'm like, I don't really want to.
So I reckon there's two options here. There's one, you can have, I think you always give a second chance because
for sure.
You definitely don't know, maybe like as something as tragic as their parents have been stricken down with fucking some sort of disease.
When you see their stories and you know where they're at, you're like...
Okay. But do you know what I mean? Like, you have no idea their life circumstance. Maybe they've been really traumatized themselves and they were really scared to go on a date themselves.
Maybe they listened to a podcast that
and
I did and they didn't like what I was saying.
Oh, fuck this guy. Yeah. Maybe. But maybe there was just... maybe there's extenuating circumstances that they didn't feel comfortable talking about with you because they don't know you yet. Maybe there's something they're like, I'm not going to fucking throw my shit on this person and say, oh, pity me, I'm victim. Like maybe that's as simple as it is. But maybe it's just like, or maybe they're avoidant and just don't like to try to avoid conflict or...
That said, it reminded me, I took a photo in today's paper. It was about... Oh, fuck. It didn't... I didn't say it didn't save because I fucking what do you call it? You know when you take the photo and it like blurs?
Yeah.
I'll quickly see if I can find it. But it was about and we were talking about it earlier, how when we were in high school and primary, remember we used to write love letters to the people we liked?
Yes.
Yeah. They said 9 out of 10 people don't write love letters to each other anymore. And they haven't. They would just send a message on WhatsApp, or they would. The live didn't work. Fucking what a tard. Or they would send it on WhatsApp or on Snapchat. 9 out of 10 people aged between. I think they said 13 to 19 have never received or thought about writing a love letter. But then 9 out of 10 said that they would love to receive one. I used to love writing love letters, man. It was sick.
I don't know if I've ever written a love letter.
Fucking gay.
What's
I used to write them all the time, man, from like year 6
probably
to
a nice
year
way
10.
to communicate, isn't it?
Yeah.
To truly get down what you're thinking.
Yeah, but it sucked because like in year 6, I never even spoke to the girls that I liked. I was like, hey, go give this a love letter.
Yeah.
Go give them this love heart lolly.
But generally, isn't that the case? Like, it would always be an expression of like, oh, I really like you and blah, 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 instead of someone you've been with for maybe 10 years and just write them a nice letter and leave it on there. That would be...
Yeah, love
Actually,
notes.
do you know what? Any of the lads or ladies listening at home, do it.
Write a little
If you've
love
been
note.
with your partner for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 2 years, I don't care. Just write them a little, like a really nice love note.
Yeah.
Just something just like that.
That
what
reminds me.
would you write in the love note?
I write love note when I'm with someone. I write them all the time, bro.
Yeah, but what would you do? Would you write
I
like...
tell them what I'm thinking about them, or like how I like they look, or like how much joy they bring me, or like what I want to do them when I get home. I like heaps of stuff.
I would definitely...
Write like a little poem or a pun.
Yeah, and I wouldn't... If you're sleeping next to them, I wouldn't... I wouldn't even tell them. I'd just leave them the nice note, maybe like with a cup of coffee. And I would keep it very simple. I love you. Thank you for being... so supportive.
Yeah.
Something, real simple. I wouldn't put too much effort into it. I'd just be that more of I'm thinking of you.
Yeah.
Like, was it you who said...
Fuck, try that, lads, and let us know how many BJs you get. That
Was it you who said... I'm being serious. I think people should do that right now.
I agree.
Just do it out of...
I did that naturally.
And then message us to see if they did it.
Yeah.
If you did it.
Just do it unprompted and don't expect anything in return.
Yeah.
Just do it because... But if you're with your partner and
you're right. Yeah, do it.
you can't bring yourself to do that, fucking leave the relationship.
Yeah.
Honestly, leave the relationship that you're in. If you can't fucking write something positive about the person you've decided to spend,
You don't have to
your
go buy a
time with,
card.
Yeah.
You don't have to go buy a card.
Write it on a fucking sticky note, man.
I love you. Here's it. Like, fuck. Yeah.
So
You're the best.
happy Valentine's. Or get a card from DanielDelby.com.
Actually, right now is probably the worst time because it is Valentine's coming up, isn't it?
Next week. You got a week. They won't expect.
Just do it like tomorrow.
Yeah. Or jump on DanielDelby.com and buy them a Valentine's Day card. And
subtle plug.
yeah, I gave them away all for free at my shows.
That's great.
But I've got 3 versions. I've got the Notting Hill one.
Yeah.
I'm just a boy standing in front of a girl asking for a BJ when you open it up.
I love it.
I've got you make my heart beat faster than the jab. And then when you open it up, it says Happy Valentine's, will you be myocarditis? And then
It's my favourite.
I've got I want to do bad things to you, and it's a sheep getting whipped. And shout out to Todd Main. He bought the very first one, and when you open it up, it says Let's Ram.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck, I love that guy, man.
Yeah.
He is such a...
He was my number one guy. I sold 3 online.
Man, he's such a a point of positivity.
Yeah.
Same with Timmy Franklin when they
Yeah.
came on. You could
Well,
see...
Todd's one of the main reasons I didn't back out of the Astor. I booked it, and I was like, I don't think I'll do it.
Yeah.
And then I remember I've got this video of me and Todd, and
Yeah.
I'm like, and he's like, just do it, man. And I was like, all right, fucking sweet.
Fuck
so
it, mate.
booked it.
And
So
that
if we
guy,
can find that clip.
And he came
And
he came to watch me do stand up at Comedy Lounge in Fremantle. My first, I think that was my first ever pro gig. He didn't have to do that. He went out of his way. He is a supportive guy,
The
man.
main man.
He is fucking awesome. And he's on tour with what are they called?
Not Krusty, the other guys.
We're great supporters of Todd.
Yeah.
What's the main Nitro Circus?
Nitro Circus.
Yeah, he's on tour with Nitro Circus.
Yeah.
So I think that's happening soon.
Yeah.
Europe.
Yeah.
The European tour.
Well, I tried to start my own hard 75 yesterday.
75 hard. Yeah.
I did 45 minutes of running, and then I went to the gym for 45.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Go for a walk or stretch. I've started doing that. I'm doing way less exercise now and just putting aside like 45 minutes to stretch every night or roll, or like I'm just putting aside at least every second day. My exercise is basically not exercise. It's stretching or rolling or walking because too much exercise was killing me.
Yeah.
And it was, but
I'm just hating these bags under my eyes. So I'm just thinking I might have to.
I'm not in the best position right now because of this bloody scar on my face. But did you see that thing I sent you with the jawline? Just the jawline difference was fucking huge. I couldn't believe it.
I know I'm puffy. I tried not to drink during Fringe and went out Sunday, had Sunday singles. I don't regret it though. That's the thing. Like I think because I'm feeling that it's bad, I'm like, oh, it's bad. But I fucking had a good time, man.
And that's where those strong beliefs of mine are held loosely now.
Yeah.
So I'll still do this 75 hard.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not gonna do I'm cutting out alcohol. I understand it's a poison and it's not good for you, but at the same time I understand, hey, I can have a bit of a loose time and have a bit of fun on it as well. So that's as long as it doesn't turn into a every week sort of thing that I was doing. Or I was usually pretty good weeknights, wouldn't drink weeknights, but I might go Friday, Saturday, Sunday every weekend.
Yeah.
And not necessarily drunk, but drinking all the time. And that's when it starts to tie into. But whereas if I just go, right, Delby's messaged me and I haven't drank for 6 weeks and he wants to go for a drink, I'll be like, yeah.
Yeah. So,
sick.
I mean, at Stables, they do bottomless brunch and
right.
But it looks so fun, man. There's like 150 chicks.
Yeah.
From 2 to 5 and it looks so fun. I'm like, I want to go do that.
Yeah.
But, and right now, because I'm fucking 37 in March, like, I'm very aware that my time is coming to an end very soon to be able to even go out and do shit. So I'm like...
You think that... Well, I get it is, but you think that and then I see my... And it's less often, but I see my especially in a football club, your range of mates goes from 10 years older to 10 years younger. And so I'm 37, so a lot of my mates are 25 to 37.
Yeah.
But then some of the 47, 50, almost 50 years old.
Yeah.
And those 50-year-old mates are still it's less.
Yeah.
Or 45, 46, 47. It's less often, clearly. But when they go out, you're like, it's the lads, they're on the hill at the footy club, and you're like, they're still having fun.
Yeah.
They're still having a fucking great time.
Yeah, but they've already found their partners and they're fucking settled.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, I've been analysing why is it that I have a drink, and it's so
Confidence.
I can go out and socialise. Because if I honestly I just can't go out. So I'm like, fucking, I'm on the spectrum. Man. I'm like love on the spectrum. It's so boring.
It's fucked.
Going out sober is fucking boring.
So
bro.
if you go out with the right people, different. And if you go to a venue where there's something going on, so Fringe, easy because there's things going on.
Yeah, can do that.
Live music is a game changer.
Yeah.
So
like a collab when it was on. Yeah,
100%. You can sit there and watch, man. You can watch. Thailand is going to be interesting because I'm still doing 75 hard, and I'm considering. I think I'll have 5 days left, and I'm considering still not drinking.
I didn't meet anyone in Bali because I drank, and then only the people that I knew from Perth.
Yeah.
But I got mad in Bali when I was drinking, so I'm not going to drink in Bali anymore because it actually infuriated me.
Really?
Yeah. I was looking around just fucking, look at you fucking losers, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, you're all losers, man. And I was like, well, I'm one of them. But it made me mad. It made me want to journal how I was feeling when I was pissed.
It's interesting. I wonder what that is reflecting on. Because, there's no need. And
it was very negative. It wasn't like here, I go out, I don't know. It was just I found people just really
obnoxious?
Yes.
So I went out drinking, not drinking.
And
I was not
snobby.
drinking.
I don't like snobs.
I went out not drinking. Fuck, first of all, drinking 0 beers is just as expensive as drinking beers.
Yeah.
It's $9 a beer, man.
Wow.
I was like, what the fuck?
That's stupid.
I went out, drove, and I think I still spent $120 on drinks.
So you might as well drink.
Yeah, well, affordability-wise.
Yeah.
But there's a level, especially I went out with the right people that night. There's a time period in the night where you can go out to and you can tolerate. And then it gets to a point, I think 11 o'clock was the peak of that point where I was like, okay.
Not much happening after this.
Well, there's not much happening. I'm not going to meet anyone.
Everyone's sloppy.
And it's starting to annoy me.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I'm the designated driver. I'll stay.
Yeah, I fucking hate that.
So I stayed, and I haven't been designated driver in about 15 years. Yeah. So, then I stayed. We went to an Irish pub, and it became a little more bearable because it was an Irish singer. Songs were awesome, but everyone was fucking slaughtered. And I just got to the point where I said Burnsy and Gwyd and Carls, and I was like,
I'm out.
I'm
And
going
for that
home.
reason, I'm out.
Yeah, there is a point.
Yeah.
There needs something. So
Some sort of stimulation other than just drinking. Even if we're
yeah, stimulation.
yeah, needs to be. That's why I fucking play games when I drink, bro.
So this is
why
why I
play
love
my drinking games.
This is why I love Thailand, and this is why I'm going to test this over there. They've all got Jenga, they've all got Connect 4.
Yeah.
Everyone just sits around and plays them, and then they listen to a live band or a guitarist, and I fucking love that.
Yeah.
So I think, and worst case scenario, I could technically get around it by smoking a joint because that's not alcohol.
Yeah.
And they've just
that's
got them
the
everywhere.
same thing as cocaine or MDMA, man. Like, to be honest, it's probably healthier.
I think
to not
both. I
drink.
think all of them are healthier.
Yeah.
I think I might.
Import cocaine to forget.
No, I'm thinking about. So, before I started the 75 hard, I had. I wanted to do mushrooms without the guide, and I had like. I didn't know how to measure. I didn't have a scale, so I just looked at it and was like, "That's about a whatever." That's enough.
It's fraud, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I could have really gone too hard, but I did well under.
Yeah.
I did like not even a gram.
Yeah.
But it just gave me this cool little buzz.
Yeah.
Like a nice little, and I was like, oh, this just feels like I'm a little bit tipsy.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck.
That's the
In
that's the
hindsight,
hack.
I can just have a gram of mushrooms and go out and feel a little bit tipsy and be around everyone when they're drunk, and I'd be completely fine. So maybe I'll trial that. I'm going to a 40th this next weekend on the Friday night. It's in an Irish pub.
Yeah.
Everyone will be fucked. They're all drinking Guinness. It's going to be the lads, and for the first, I reckon, 2 hours, it'll be catching up with guys I haven't seen for a while. So the conversation will be stimulating, but after a while, everyone will be drunk and it'll be annoying.
Yeah. What do you say when people go, "How's the podcast?" I like the question, but at the same time, it's like
it's the same
answer every
Same
time, bro.
answer.
It's like, man, just listen to it.
Yeah.
Like instead of going, "How is it?" It's like, well, you can see, like, listen, give it a listen, bro.
Everyone's like, you guys are killing it. I'm like, well, sort of.
Yeah.
No, but I'm like, yeah, man, it's fucking. I've actually just started owning it and going, yeah, it's going fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
You fucking have a listen.
Yeah, that's it. That's where the end of the convo is.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate it, but at the same time, like, it's a dead end answer. How's it going? Yeah, it's good, man. Great. How's comedy? So, yeah, fantastic, man. Like, first few weeks were tough, but now selling tickets.
Well, the good thing.
It's like, what do you say?
The good thing is though, a lot of my friends have been listening.
Yeah, so you can talk about the stuff.
They don't listen to every episode, but one that'll interest them, and then they'll talk. And I'll be like, yeah, he was super interesting, or she was great, or whatever. Like,
what do you know about it? I
Yeah,
love
exactly.
that.
Yeah. So that
open-ended questions or questioning technique is important.
Yeah. But
Speaking of podcast guests, bro, Alan Roberts jumped on stage for date night comedy last Saturday, and it was fucking awesome, bro. Him and his friend Reg, his African girl.
Yeah.
Because no couples were coming up.
Yeah.
He volunteered, and they were just mates. So I was like, does any other friends want to come up and play perfect match with friends?
Yeah.
And his friend Reg was so funny, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, it was like.
Is that the one who he brought to my birthday last year, potentially?
Mate, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, one of the questions is, what turns the other person on? Like, what makes them horny?
Yeah.
So she's gone for big boobs for Alan. And he wrote black women. So like, that's why he went through Africa on the motorbike.
He 100% loves the international
flavors. Yeah. And then it was so funny. It was like, my partner prefers blank than sex. And I think Alan just wrote more sex than sex or something. She wrote, Alan prefers getting his ass eaten.
What the fuck? All right.
When we came off stage, he goes, yeah, that was right. I just didn't want to write it.
That raises a good question, because I come up with something the other day that I think I prefer more than sex.
Yeah, mine's blowjobs 100%.
Is it?
100%. Give me a BJ every day of the week.
Okay. Well, I don't. Yeah, it doesn't do it for me. It's good
because you're a fucking gay.
It's good foreplay, but I can never.
Bro.
Anyway, but so
you gotta manifest it.
Is there something you like better than sex though? That's not sex.
Oh, like that I'd rather do than sex. Heaps of stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like any like really fucking awesome games night where we're having like anything like an escape room. There's so much stuff I prefer than just sex. Hey.
Because too much sex is almost like
Doesn't exist.
Yeah, too much sex, you get sore.
Yeah.
It's like you're like, okay, we're done now, mate. Like,
Yeah.
let's chill. But
Well, it depends. I mean, really good sex, like, is fucking, yeah,
oh,
great. But there's
Had
so much stuff I'd rather do than that.
yeah. So there were
Skydiving, bungee jumping, fucking.
I can't remember who I was telling this to, but there's two things that I love more than sex. Is number one is after sex,
Having a cuddle.
this, the nails,
You are gay.
mate. It's the greatest feeling.
What about before sex?
Nah,
So
has to
you
be
just like a little
like
stroke
it's
on the
sensory.
tip.
Someone said, "Oh, yeah, that's sensory."
Yeah.
So, but the nails, not like,
Yeah,
and not
yeah.
hard, not scratching, like just that soft. And it just makes me like, I just want to fall. Like, it's for me, it's the greatest feeling
Wow.
ever. And then number two, this weird one, ice bath, have an ice bath, get out straight into a hot shower. And you're like, when you're to a point of numbness,
Yeah.
and then you get in that hot shower and it's like the blood flow.
Yeah, you can feel the prickles.
Oh my.
So this is the episode we found out that Branchy has autism. He's a sensory
Mate,
autistic spectrum.
I fucking love the
right.
touching. And that probably makes sense.
Yeah.
that there's a bit of spectrum there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm on the spectrum where I leave my mind, like an escape room or something, like playing board games. I love that shit. So
Yeah. But I genuinely like, it would help me get to sleep when I was younger. Like if my parents would like massage my eyebrow, like over their eyebrows, that forehead area, like just touching like that softly would just send me to sleep like that. So there must be something sensory. Maybe I do have a bit of autism.
yeah. Yeah. Like,
What are you going to say? Fuck you.
On the spectrum. My name is Cameron.
And I like
the
being
feeling of long nails and ice baths and warm showers.
Surely
I
that's-
hate the sound of magpies out the window.
Surely that's the best feeling though, like that. Do you like that?
Yeah, it's nice for
That
sure.
like that soft touching and like,
Yeah,
like
I
that-
used to like when the girl I was seeing would like rub her hands over my face, just any sort of physical affection.
Yeah.
Like when I was like driving, she'd like grab my hand and shit, my head. Sorry.
Yeah.
I had something else on the run sheet. Yeah, so Valentine's is next week. We spoke about that. Your money realization. There's I'll save the next bit. Salt burn. I fucking want to get that off my chest.
Oh yeah, talk it.
So you said it was graphic like, in terms of violence. It's not like
Me?
fucking
I haven't seen it.
clip this.
Okay.
You fucking losers out there that are like, Saltburn, watch Saltburn. It is the worst movie that I've seen in the past 10 years, man. It is the slowest fucking build-up with the shittest accents and just English. It's fucked. It's horrific. He licked her fucking... So the guy, he's obsessed with this rich guy and he's got like a big family in a mansion.
Yeah.
And it takes an hour to get to this scene that everyone talks about. That fucking 60 minutes of my life I'll never get back. It was the worst 60-minute build-up. There's no jokes. There's no jokes. There's no fucking entertainment. There's nothing redeeming about this. It's fucking horrific.
What's the
And the
movie
big
about?
scene-
What is that? What it's about?
Dude, I didn't even get to the murder part.
There's a murder.
Yeah, I fucking turned it off, bro. I turned it off because the big scene, I learned about it because people in my freestyles, I'm like, what's a movie? And they're like, Saltburn. And all I know about it is that there was a dude, he's like kind of like the talented, not Mr. Ripley. Is it the talented Mr. Ripley where he murders the guy on the boat, the Matt Damon one, and he falls in love with the guy and he wants it to be like him? It's not, it might not be the talented Mr. Ripley, but it's where he falls in love with him. So he's obsessed with this guy.
Yeah.
And he sees him jerking off in a bathtub, which, by the way, all these fucking jerking off scenes, every masculine or male jerking off scene, nobody jerks off like, oh, yeah, and fucking like...
Yeah, that's true.
Like they do in the movies. No dude is like going, and like leaning back when they're... Never. It's just, boom, getting the job done. You might be watching... Your face isn't doing what they do.
It's probably making some
triggers.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's never what they do. So get your masturbation scenes right. You know, the closest thing was probably Jason Biggs fucking an apple pie that they got. So
I think the face would be more like, okay, this
concentrated.
be
Yeah.
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 Furrowed brow.
Yeah, it's not like, this sensual... Men do not sensually masturbate.
It's
Guys,
a task.
The last time
Do you know, I'm not.
you get in, you get it done. When's the last time you had a sensual masturbation session as a fucking man?
I'm
on,
going to
tell
say
us your-
something so embarrassing.
Well, you put some candles on and fucking got a fake hand with long nails to stroke you while you're jerking off. This is gonna clip up well. When did you sensually jerk off?
I didn't have time. I was telling you. So I knew the scene that would work, so I got it. I got it done so quick, and I went.
Was it the salt? Was it the salt burn scene?
No, and then I went efficient.
You said to yourself,
I literally.
"Nice cock, efficient." That's like a Mortal Kombat.
I literally thought to myself, I'm crying because I did say it. I actually said it out loud. Oh, efficiency.
Was that when you fucked a pterodactyl?
Petrie. Petrie from Land Before Time. Yeah, fuck. It was just, didn't have time and I was like, efficiency.
Yeah. Wow. Do you want to?
And I laughed after. I was like, what the fuck did you just say?
Fuck, man.
What,
Well,
the Petrie doll?
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah,
The
that was when I was a
confession.
kid, man. That was.
At the confessional camp. One of them was like, I fucked at a dinosaur from Land Before Time.
It was the Petrie doll.
Yeah.
So the Petrie, like
the pterodactyl.
yeah. What's the pterodactyl? What's he? It's like, nope.
No, Ducky was the one that was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
no.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a weird bit of trivia about that. Fucking her dad murdered her and her mum on,
What, the actress?
Yeah,
Oh
Ducky,
my
yeah.
God, that's fucking.
so they couldn't do Ducky after
That's
that.
taking my masturbation story to it.
Fuck
Yeah,
you.
it was like I would have been 10.
Yeah.
Or whatever, when you're first like trying to figure shit out.
Yeah.
And it was like a little rubber puppet
Yeah.
doll of Petrie, and it was in the bath, and
Yeah.
I guess I just put it
Chuck
on,
your
and
dick in.
I put it
Grab
in,
both wings and you fucking
and it just
got the wings going.
legit. I don't think it worked, but that was
Yeah.
how I tried it.
That's funny as.
And I also I thought, so before sex ed, I thought sex was not like going like up in. I thought it was
Straight down.
straight down.
Yeah.
Like I thought your dick sticks straight out, and you sort of
Yeah.
you go
You do, don't you?
inward. And so when we did sex ed and I found out it goes up, my mind was blown.
Yeah, right.
My mind was blown.
Fits in the perfect curve.
Yeah.
Back to the rant. So we're going to clip to
Yeah.
edit this together.
Yeah.
So Saltburn, he's watching him jerk off in the bath.
Yeah.
And he's got the pterodactyl. It's weird. Watching him jerk off in the bath, all sensually. And then he gets out and like unplugs the bath. But then the guy comes in and licks and slurps up the bath water that he was just jerking off in. So that's like the big scene that everyone talks about. And then there's another scene a little bit later where he's hooking up with the guy's sister and she's on her period. And he puts his fingers in and then she like licks
Oh,
it.
it's not the period scene. I'm just visualizing the
Yeah.
cum thing.
Yeah. And then Branchy's just blown his load. That's him making
Efficiency.
And then like there's a scene and she's covered in blood and they're fucking. And then the third bit, I turned it off because I was like, this fucking sucks. Like,
So what is this? Is this just like trying to make something so shock value that it sells the movie?
Maybe. So I turned it off after that. I was like, all right, like I'm fucking bored. Like
Yeah.
graphic, fine, whatever. But it was that boring and the storyline was going nowhere. That was almost more than an hour in. And then after that, apparently he murders the rich guy and then like tries to take over the estate or something. But if you're going to murder someone, do it the first fucking 20 minutes, man, to pique my interest. Then he fucks the grave. So the guy's where he's buried, he starts fucking with like the soil in the grave. So talk about a dead root. But yeah, like that's what that's what it
I'm
is.
not watching it.
No, don't waste your fucking time, man. It was the biggest waste of my life. Like I was watching it specifically because it gets
That's
mentioned so much. So I'm like, all right, well, I better watch it if it's going to be like a pop culture. sort of thing.
Be good for you. Yep.
Worst. Don't waste your time, guys. Just YouTube the bathtub scene and the period scene and the fucking the grave scene. The rest of the storyline is the slowest moving movie I've ever fucking sat through. It was horrific. I turned it off. Done. So,
I've actually watched a couple of movies lately, and I've been forcing myself to enjoy the like rest time.
Yeah.
So at night still, and I'm too tired. I fall asleep. I can't watch a full movie anymore. Are you the same?
I get weird anxiety where like I put the movie on and I'm like, I don't have 2 hours.
Yeah. So
Whereas I do.
I've been watching like them in like 45-minute stints, but I watched Lift. Kevin Hart.
Yeah, no.
There's like they steal a plane, basically. They hijack a plane that's got a heap of gold in it.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost all the Kevin Hart movies suck, man.
Yeah, but it was just like if you go into it thinking it's just going to be a little bit of fun, like a hijack movie that's a bit funny. Yeah, that was good. It did the job. And then I watched. There was another one. There's another comedy one. Can't remember. But I literally have made note of the fact that I've watched 2 movies in the last week on the weekend. They were both Saturday, Friday and Saturday.
It's a shame
night.
that they're not releasing good movies in the actual cinemas because I like going to a movie.
Yeah,
watch
it has to be like big movies nowadays, like trilogies and like franchises like Marvel movies. Otherwise, they don't. It's not. They still release them at cinemas, but they're not big.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if movie industry goes out of business. So.
It sort of has. Like, look at them all. Like, all the cinemas are closing everywhere.
Yeah, because they're not. Because Prime and Netflix are just going straight to their service.
Yeah.
Which is just fucked.
There's still room for epics. Like, if there was something like a Lord of the Rings trilogy, for example, those big epic movies, if they come out, they're coming out on cinemas, like Marvel movies. But even the Marvels, I think it was, came out on...
Yeah, it's because no wonder that flopped. I wonder why. Why do you reckon that flopped, the Marvels? About 3 women superheroes, which is being forced down your throat, which no one wants. Yeah,
it looks like they're making a change. Fucking old mate, Jonathan Majors got dropped.
No way.
But he got found guilty.
Oh, no, I thought you meant the charges got dropped.
Oh, no.
After he got dropped. I saw that.
Yeah, so he got dropped, and it was still a really fucked up situation. I still
reading what the texts and stuff were, like anyone, and again, fucking anybody that's a listener, I lose so much respect for anybody that does this, where it's like, oh, if you do this, I'm going to kill myself. Yeah. If you ever put your shit on someone else saying, I'm killing myself because you're a fucking weak cunt, man.
Yeah.
It's not anybody else's fault. Take control of your own life. You don't blame someone else or emotionally blackmail them by going, if you leave me, I'm going to kill myself. You're a fucking piece of shit if you do that. Full stop. I have no respect for you, no time for you. And if someone's done that to you, it's never your fault. Even if you've done something heinous to them and they kill themselves, it's always on that person, I think. And I could be speaking out of turn here, but I feel that if you're putting that on someone else, and yes, some horrific actions could happen to you, which would make you feel like there's no other out. Yeah. But ultimately, it's that person's own decision. But when you're saying, I'm going to do this as an emotional blackmail, I lose so much respect for you, man.
Yeah, it's hard because you never know what someone's going through and what they think that's going to help them or whatever. But
but like if I have a girlfriend and I'm like, oh, if you leave me, I'll kill myself, or like I'm killing myself until you come over. Like, what are you, man? Fucking grow up. It's not. Yeah,
it's just those people. The people in those situations, I don't think they're in a mind. They don't have the mind space to think like that. If you're in that point, if you're at that point, there's a lot more going on than just what sort of person you are.
Yeah, I get what it triggers the fuck.
I know what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying.
And he was doing that to that other person.
Yeah,
Jonathan Majors was doing that to the girl, saying he was going to kill himself if she did this. It's like, well, you've done that. Whatever the action was, that has made her want to go out public. Own it, cunt.
It's a shame, like from an entertainment point of view, because he was fucking incredible. Like his acting was so good.
Yeah.
Have you seen Loki 2 yet?
No, I haven't. I couldn't get through Loki 1.
Why not?
It's boring at the moment.
How many episodes do you watch?
1.5.
Oh, you idiot. Keep going. It's the best series.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just widely accepted as it's like better than the Spider-Mans. It's just fucking incredible. Just give it another...
Get through Peaky Blinders first.
Yeah. I'm the same as that. I can't like...
I don't want to start extra shit.
Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah.
But the thing I forgot about Bali and having to entertain myself. I did it at confessional. The lick, who am I? Did you see that clip?
Yeah, I seen it. What is it?
Bro. So we were just chilling, drinking, and we're showing each other or playing different drinking games.
Yeah.
You know, we had a Dutch person, Portuguese.
Yeah.
Us Aussies. So I was playing a few, and then she was like, this Dutch chick goes, and what about this game? Lick, who am I? I was like,
Lick,
lick, who am I?
who am I?
I was like, what? She goes, oh yeah, lick, who am I? I go, what is that? How do you play? That sounds awesome. And I was like, I'm only joking. I was like, oh, you just made that up. She goes, yeah, I just make it up. I'm only joking. It's not the game. I was like, oh, what? That sounds fucking like a game though.
Yeah.
So I was like, can we
make
a game called Lick, who am I?
Yeah.
So I was like, let's play Lick, who am I? So I go, close your eyes, and one of us is going to lick you, and you have to figure out.
I think it'd be better.
Who it is.
I think it'd be better the other way around.
What?
Them close their eyes. Someone stands in front of them and they got to lick like their arm or something.
Like try and lick it?
Yeah. So you put your arm in front of them and then they lick your arm or fucking back or chest.
They just have to lick a part of you.
Yeah.
No, but
blindfolded.
But the who am I bit.
Yeah, and then you got to guess.
Guess who did it. Yeah, that could work.
That's probably a bit better.
No, that's what we did.
Because you're using your tongue to figure out who am I licking.
Oh, so the other way round.
Yeah.
So the way we did it was like you put your arm out and then everyone else.
Yeah,
but you strategize between you. So like if I was sitting on the left, I would move and lick from a different angle, and they would have to guess who was doing it.
So if you did it, that's
but
good.
If you did it the other way,
where
it's like
you're judging off the touch of their skin, the smell.
Yeah, you'd have to lick someone and figure out who you're licking.
Yeah. I think that's a fucking way better way to do it.
Well, we'll try next time.
When I go to Thailand, I'll just go to the reggae bar. Who wants to play lick who?
Lick who, mate? But that's the funny thing was like I convinced the girls next to us that it was a game. I go over, I was like, hey girls, there's Aussie chicks. Do you guys want to play this Dutch game called Lick, who am I? And they're like, yeah. I go, all right, well, this is how you play. We played for like half an hour, bro. Like,
oh my God.
Full of things in and
pretty funny.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Lick, who am I? It was a good time.
I do think I'd love us to go for content, go visit my mum and dad.
Yeah.
And we'll go there. I am going to enjoy that.
Yeah.
I'm literally going for 5 days.
Yeah.
Not even that. I think 4 days, 5 days.
Yeah.
Just over a long weekend sort of thing.
Yeah.
Don't even miss any time with Scotty. Like it's while I don't have her over that weekend, so it's bloody good. But yeah, literally, you go there. It's just fucking long tail to the 5 best beaches in Thailand.
Yeah,
they're all 15 minutes away.
Yeah, nice.
So it's so good.
So I'm not a beach guy, bro. I realise like
I know, but that'd be fun as the content.
Yeah,
that'd be the fun.
Because like yesterday, I went for a dip.
Yeah,
I got out.
Yeah,
I was like, we're done here.
Yeah,
I have done what I'm supposed to do.
But that's fine.
But I'd also been running for 45 minutes in the heat. But
yeah,
it's like,
I think that I do that a lot. I probably...
It's such a long thing for a short path.
That's why I needed to be close to the beach. That's why I need to live closer to the beach so I can just go down. I literally... Do you know what I do? I go down and I have my coffee there. And the duration of the coffee... Yeah, I'm done. I go in, get in the water, have my coffee, come back. I've had some time on the sand.
So I like to have a coffee and read the paper. So that's my beach.
Yeah, so maybe do the paper. Like that's your way of doing it. But if it's a real hot day, maybe go in twice.
Yeah,
maybe. But it's for me, it's more about getting in the water and just being like, I don't know. There's something nice about and purifying about jumping in that, especially Perth water. It's just we have like, and I said just before, Thailand is the best beaches. They have the best scenery. We have the best beaches and the best water in the world.
Yeah, we got meth in the water. We've come out feeling super refreshed.
10,000%. We have the clearest and cleanest water in the world.
Yeah, so
good. Consistently along the whole coast.
Yeah. Very lucky.
Very lucky.
You can see the boat people coming a mile.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah. Well, this is pretty fucking sad, man. They opened a mental health clinic last year in Coburn, $60 million, shut after the first year, and it was taking in 100 people. I think that's fucking horrific.
What do you mean, sir?
So there was a mental health clinic, 75-bed mental health clinic. The number one thing we need is mental health help. Every hospital, like...
So what? Like, why did it
wasn't
close?
Profitable.
What?
Yeah, not financially viable. Struggling to find specialist staff. $60 million clinic, man. But...
This is...
That's more like we can talk about that when we've got a psych or a mental health person.
Because this is where I'm so excited about the potential of the psilocybin and the MDMA and the ketamine. And I recently been chatting to someone who works in a ketamine facility, and fuck, man, it's a lot more going on than I thought.
Yeah,
it's a lot. It's like they're overworked.
Yeah.
So
it was ketamine.
Yeah, I did.
Word
I had
Up
no
magazine.
idea. Like, and she was telling me how they have to they have to walk them through it and say this is a completely normal feeling. This is what you hear, and like it's big. Like it's I think it's a privately run facility. It's not government run, which is it's all legal, but it's there needs to be more time and money spent on this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I think it'll be a slow burn.
Yeah, but that's why I'm excited by what Stephen Bright was saying to us on the pod with that day with the potential for private health private health insurers to be able to cover the cost, because then it does become profitable.
Yeah,
well, not profitable, but like manageable.
This was kind of cool in today's paper. West Australia whopper goes for gold. The world's longest goldfish has been caught in a Perth lake.
What?
52 centimetre goldfish was reared out of Joondalup's Blue Lake by aquatic biologist Dulana Hereth. It's part of his work restoring wetlands. How cool is that? We got a 52 centimetre goldfish. Yeah, out of Joondalup.
Joondalup, like Lake Joondalup.
It says Joondalup's Blue Lake. I don't know where that is.
Neither do I.
Yeah. So it's got the world's longest goldfish, 52 centimetres. They're the apex predators, man. It says they eat tadpoles.
I'd run around like Joondalup.
Fish. They mobilise the phosphorus, which contributes to algal blooms, which isn't good.
52 centimetres.
Yeah.
That's half a metre.
Yeah.
It's a big
ass goldfish. It's the biggest in the world.
Sure, it's just not a koi fish.
Yeah, no, it's goldfish.
Someone told me that's what koi fish are, like just overgrown.
Nah, koi is a
it's
species.
Goldfish grow to the.
That's right.
Oh, that's.
If you have a tank, the goldfish will grow to the size of the tank. If you have a pond, it goes bigger to the size of the pond. If it's in a lake,
that's incredible.
It'll go 52 centimeters.
Like adapting to its surroundings.
Yeah. I wish my dick did the same thing with vaginas.
How crazy is that?
If you've got a deeper vagina, mine just grows bigger.
How crazy is this? Height is only 80% genetics.
Really? And 20% external circumstances like oxygen and
diet, surroundings. Yeah.
Wow.
Posture, whatever. And then eye color was only 90% genetics.
That's weird.
So your surroundings and affect it, and diet, and which is that is mind blowing. So eye color, like Scott, my daughter's eyes colors have changed over 6 years. So she was born blue eyed, like quite a dark blue eye like me, but like blue eyes. Then she went to like brown like Steph, and I think that's pretty common for the change to happen. And then now her eyes are like a greeny, hazily. They're brown on the outside, but more green towards in the middle. So her eyes have changed quite a lot. I wonder what factor diet or outside influences have played. Like what about looking at me? Like looking at me in the eyes. I wonder if what she's seeing. Do you think that would play a factor?
Nah, not at all.
So what would play?
It would be chemicals, man. It'd be like chemicals in your diet, chemicals in the atmosphere, like sunlight, all those kind of things.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I don't
We're
know.
having an evolutionary biologist hopefully on at some point. I wonder
That'd be good.
if they would have any idea, because they know about like evolution of colors and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've seen he's been sharing a lot of stuff about cuttlefish and their adaptation and stuff. So that if we can get him on, I'm so pumped.
That'd be sick.
That will be one of my favorite episodes, because I love the animal kingdom and then evolution.
Yeah.
Doing stuff with Darwin, like he puts up a lot of that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
Did I share you his page?
No.
I'll share you his stuff.
Yeah, cool.
That'll be such a good episode.
The last bit, I screenshot this because it looked good. The E-Safety Commissioner, and it sort of links back to the very start of the pod. The E-Safety Commissioner has recommended that parents play video games with their children in an effort to limit young people's exposure to online bullying and harassment. It comes after research found that young people were more likely to talk to their parents about online abuse if they had also talked to them about gaming. E-Safety Commissioner Julie Grant is calling on parents to show interest and curiosity in their children's online gaming habits. That's interesting. After our chat.
So just recap that again. What was it?
They want you to play games with your kids. Like, play the video games with them.
With them.
Yeah. Like, don't just go, go play. Go in and fucking learn the game and play with them. And then that way you get
It's a connection.
Yeah. And there's like, because you've got headsets and talking, like, you can see how the bullying or harassment occurs and, like, guide them through it.
Because obviously in our day, like, our iPad is the TV or fucking Game Boys or fucking whatever we had. But
I remember I used to love trying to show my mum or dad how to play. So jump on board, learn Call of Duty, fucking shoot your kid in the head. It's positive. Online.
At the moment, as a dad, I'm enjoying actually. No, I actually. I don't want to finish on a negative. Actually, no, because it's not a negative because I've changed my thinking. But every single day I've been going, I could do more with Scotty. Every single day. And I do a fucking lot. What is that in me? Is there something in the knowing that I could have?
Don't know. Maybe she doesn't want to do stuff with you, bro.
No, like, yeah. But no, yeah. But what she's doing instead is sitting on an iPad doing nothing.
Okay, yeah.
So like, I'll still do stuff with her.
Yeah.
And then, but then I'll be like, instead of her being on the iPad, I could have taken her to do the jungle gym. I could have done that, but I was tired.
Okay. Well, you're allowed to rest.
100%. I had that realization yesterday as well. Stop beating yourself up. Those days when you need to just have your own time for, even if it's for half an hour, you need to be able to rest. You need to be able to take time. But
100%.
But man, I'm a pretty good dad, and I do a lot with my daughter. Fuck, the weekend rocked me because we bought her. We were at the shops, and I got her some roller skates. And normally, for something like that, is a fad. She'll try it once, she won't be able to do it, and she'll be like, okay. And I was worried about that. It was the opposite. She couldn't do it, and she really wanted to learn how to do it. And we went roller skating 7 times over the weekend, and I was exhausted because it's not her. She's not roller skating.
You're just dragging her.
She can't stand up.
Get out.
So I found, though, hack, that like the padding that goes like the sort of like, it's like.
I'll give you a hack right now.
Go.
Get a trolley for her to push on roller skates, and it will force her to learn how to push them forward and actually skate. Otherwise, she's going nowhere.
Yeah. So well, okay.
And then she won't fall over harder.
That's a good little idea, actually.
Something to push, because she won't fall over because you hold on to it, and to learn how to get to go forward she's going to have to figure out that movement. Because if she tries to do it like walking, she's going nowhere. She has to go on the angle. Yeah,
that's a very good point because. My hack for it was when you go to playgrounds, they don't have sand around the playgrounds anymore. Have that sort of like
black
mastic stuff, and it's sort of padded and soft, but it's you can roll on it as well.
Yeah, nice.
So it's if she's on the road, she's like moving everywhere. Yeah. But when she's on that, she can sort of practice. But it is like what you just said, though, a bit more walking than anything. I'm just getting more confident on them anyway to begin with. That end up being my hack, but. Yeah, that might be a good one.
Yeah.
Get her to push something. Did you ever roller skate or blade when you were young?
Fucking oath, bro.
Did you?
We would go every Tuesday to Morley Rollerdrome. I was like...
Blade or skate?
Skate. I was like...
Really?
Mad speed skater, bro.
Where?
Yeah, man.
I was never very good.
Like, fuck. I was a beast, man. I was winning. I won every Tuesday speed race. It was like...
Did you see my Instagram story?
Bro.
Well, you were pretty busy on the weekend, but did you see my Instagram story on the Sunday night with Scotty sitting on a ice pack?
No.
I was like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm sitting on an ice pack. I was like, why? Because we did roller skating. I fell on my bum all day.
Ice bath.
She was sitting on an ice pack. It was pretty fucking cute. But
tonight, me and Legacy are judges at duo strip competition at Voodoo. I'm held tired right now. I was like, fuck. And then I just remembered after my shows tonight, we're judges for the duo strip team.
Yeah.
Mate,
we're at
pretty tough.
That's a pretty tough gig, mate. We're both at varsities on the Monday. Fucked up though this week.
Oh, Super Bowl.
Yeah. So fucked up. I was all good. I was like, nah, all good, prepped for this coming Monday. And then I woke up in the morning. I turned on ESPN to watch the NBA, and there was a Super Bowl pre-game on, and like All Stars, and I was like. it's today, and
Yeah.
I panicked, man.
I thought that was me on Sunday night. I was
Yeah.
like, fuck. I've been drinking. I was like, oh my God, I got the Super Bowl tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I told the girl I was with her, she's a skimpy, and she goes, no, it's next week. I'm doing a party. I was like, are you sure?
Yeah. Oh, shit it, mate. I was like, who's going to drop Scotty to school? I was like, I had all this thing that I had to, and then, end up being all good.
Yeah.
But, so I'm hosting that at Whitford's. You're hosting
Inaloo.
Inaloo.
It says to get there at 8:30, but that's half time. So I think the game starts at 7:30. So I'm just going to go down and watch the start of the game.
8:15 we have to be there, I think, just to get some chicken wing.
Yeah.
People. The Chicken King.
I think they have to sign a waiver because it's really spicy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, so we're doing that. So if you're coming down to probably any of the varsities, there's going to be some entertainment there. Organised.
In brackets. It's a chicken wing eating comp, and we're just hosting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm doing that's a private quiz that I'm doing on Friday. Tonight, your quiz at Paddy's, which is going great at the moment. They are very happy. Did they tell you how happy they are? Paddy's? They are loving it. They're like, whatever you guys are doing, like it's our biggest night every week.
Wow.
So they love it. So they're pretty happy with you, Daniel.
I need to ask for a fucking pay rise because it's been the same amount for the last 5 years.
So they're very happy. And then Saturday night, I'm on upstairs at the Stables, the Comedy All Stars, Corey White's show. I can't remember who's on. Last time I was on, had Sarah Callahan and Amos, Brendan Byrne. So a couple of pretty good names. So I'm assuming it'd be similar sort of lineup. I don't know. Check closer to the date. But I think it's Corey White's last time in Perth doing comedy. So if you're a listener and you want to go see him, and you can see me, and then I think Delby's downstairs at Confessional, pretty similar time. So if you can't get in,
9:30,
we'll all be hanging around, and I'll probably hang out that night and have a couple of zero beers.
Nice.
Anything else to plug?
I'm not liking my bags, man. I'm getting a haircut after this. It's going to be so interesting. I'm going to just do
Try 75 hard, bro.
Wow, I did. I started yesterday.
No alcohol.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you like the shaved head or not? Do you think I look a bit?
I just want to run my fingernails over you.
Really?
No. I can't remember what you look like with the other stuff. So
it's
you should get a fade, man. See how it looks. It'll be too expensive though if you're trying to save money.
Yeah. Anyway,
but this week, if you listen to this on Thursday, like I said, I've got 120 ticket sales have finally gone good.
Sick.
I got 120 and 111 for 33 years single and date night comedy. It holds 200. But that's
is that Wanneroo?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Leapfrogs.
Yeah, that one's sick.
Friday, Saturday, I've already done 65. The girls from the coffee shop are coming to 33 years single.
Sick. Yeah, they said that.
And then Friday is at 40 odd. So it's doing what Fringe does, man. And I'm going to have to remember this for next year. Because last weekend I had 65 at date night comedy, which is fucking dope. Because before that, the most I had there was 24.
Yeah.
So, and it was awesome. Then had
so do some smaller venues at the start, and then
Yeah,
good idea.
So if I can, Anyway, come check it out. There's heaps of sick shows. Sesh Stories is going to be the last weekend of Fringe at 9:45. I've sold 40 out of 60 on both nights. So, and that just got picked up by Perth Comedy Fest, and it's not a complete show yet. So
it got picked up.
Yeah.
What is that? So is
that? Well, you can apply to do Perth Comedy Fest shows.
Oh yeah.
And so Comedian Rhapsody, which we need to take the photos for.
Yeah. That'll be sick.
Yeah. Actually, we need to do that.
Yeah, we can do that today.
Fucking soon.
Yeah, we'll do it today.
Okay. I have a feeling that
we need a dark room.
Maybe the 8th of Feb. Yeah, it's either 8th of Feb or 8th of March. That I need to get it in by. Okay. Just Daniel Delby, Instagram. If you do want some Valentine's cards, danieldelby.com, click the shop button. I've got my own merch on there.
I don't know how this happens, but this is a 2-hour episode.
Yeah, right.
Like, we have a comedian on. We'll do like hour 20. I'll be like, we've done enough.
Done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Anyway, good episode.
Sure.
Hey, Rick.